strangers, friends, and foes alike. You're welcome to the Vawulence Space today. It's a beautiful Thursday from my side of the world. Whew, I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Just for the avoidance of doubt, as I always say, please, I try to make sure that I can streaming the spaces simultaneously across different platforms. So please, these very early moments will not be as smooth as possible. I'm just trying to make sure that I connect all the necessary channels to be live with us tonight. But thank you so much, all of you that have joined us on the Vawulence Space. Today is from ground zero. Many people on TikTok are wondering why have I not been talking when I'm playing music. It's because the mic is unmuted on other platforms. So that's why. But thank you guys for joining us so far. My people on X, my people on TikTok, people on Facebook, YouTube, and X video. Thank you guys for joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from right now. You're welcome to the Vawulence Space. It's good to be back here. We do this every Thursdays, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, where we come out to discuss the state of our country. And the ground zero is actually on X. So if you're not on X, you might not necessarily. Well, no, I think we'll pick speakers today from mostly from TikTok just to make sure that we can have speakers from different platforms. But thank you guys for joining us. I see all my regular people already on the platform. All of you already requesting for the mic. All my blue tickers, non-blue tickers alike. Thank you guys for joining. We're about to get the show started, but before we start the show, as usual, I try to set the ground rules on the Vawulence Space. I'm trying to I'm trying not to sound monotonous because almost everything I saw the best on our show is what I'll see come out here and say. It's just like a repetition, right? But please, guys, if you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. If it's your second time, you know what you got the last time. That's why you're back here again. And if it's your third time, you know you're now a regular on the platform. And it's always a pleasure to do this with you guys whenever we come out here to talk about the state of our country. Thank you for joining us. I just want to indulge everybody, as we always do on the platform, as we always start the show. I call you guys the first responders because when we start building like this, you guys are always the one that always come into the room early, come into the room first, before the room gets packed up. I just want to push you guys, as I always do. Please to encourage every one of you listening to the sound of my voice, wherever you're watching from, wherever you're streaming from right now, please take the next few seconds to post the show. Let's repost the show. Let's share the show. Let's like, retweet. Just do everything you can do. Let the whole world know that the number one space on X is back and we're up and running. And today we're having serious conversations we'll be talking about. So please, guys, take the next few seconds, the next few minutes. Let us post. Let's share. Let's invite more people into the building. Wherever you're watching from, my people on TikTok, guys, we have a mandate on this platform to hit at least a minimum of 100,000 likes every time we come out on the platform. So please, guys, just don't sit back and enjoy the show without being engaging. Please engage the show. So I want to see the show being shared to 10 or more people on TikTok. Same thing on X, on Instagram, on YouTube. Everybody listening right now, please, guys, just let's invite more people into the conversation. It's very important because for me, I always say this, that I like when I start going on the tangent, I want to be that I'm saying so many things, so I don't have to come and start repeating myself, because people now come in later and you've said a whole lot of stuff that made sense, and people now come and start asking the same question of things you've said, and it begins to sound like a broken record. And I know many people are watching the World Cup right now. It's one of the sacrifices that I had to take for myself, because if you know me, you know that I'm a very, very huge football fan. I eat, breathe, sleep football, but this is one of those sacrifices. It pains me because I know they watch games again now. I just think I go host live and everything. And many people that they watch football, they are one eye on football, one eye on space. But me, I did here now. So I don't even know what's happening. So please, one thing you guys are gonna do for me is to encourage me is to please just to show you, put it when they score goal, just put it on the comment section. Person don't score, make I know who don't score and who they win, and that's the only source of encouragement. Maybe much later I'll go watch the highlights, and that's just how it goes. But because for me, the most important thing, honestly speaking, is that we have a country to save, and the joy and the euphoria from this football will last just 1 month, but the consequences of a bad governance in 2027 will last a lifetime. So for me, you have to prioritize what is more important to you, right? We can always come back for a World Cup 4 years time from now, but we might never come back from a damaged country in 4 years time from now. If you understand how important it is, that's why I've waited. I was like, should I even shun Vawulence Space this season and just concentrate on this World Cup? But no. We cannot take our feet off the gas pedal. We have to keep firing on all cylinders. So please, guys, I just want to encourage every one of you that's listening to me right now. Please, let's share the space. Let's repost the space. Let's like the space. Let's get more into the conversation. Very important. Very, very, very important. Thank you guys as you cooperate. Thank you for your attention to this matter. All right, let's get into the conversation today. We're talking about the state of the nation vis-a-vis events that have happened from the past weekend that we were here. That's the last Thursday till today. A whole lot have transpired. A whole lot have passed through the waves, the airwaves that we might circle down and talk about today. But the most important one for me is what is emanating from the villa. The scandal, the scandal of the highest proportion ever that's emanating right now from the villa. It's something that I'm happy it has gained momentum, and that's the beauty of organic conversations, right? When it came out, this conversation have been up since I saw the month later on the 26th of last month. So that's like barely close to a week now. And some people, I just jumped on it yesterday actually, because I was like, everything this government have done is just to wear us down, to beat us down. I'm trying to conserve my energy to know what I should talk about, know what not to talk about. Just choose my battles, because you can't fight on all fronts with these people. Just focus on one and fire as much as possible, right? But this case, you see more people tweeting about it, posting about it, and if I were this government, right? Let me even, should I even give them this secret? No, let me save it. Let me save it, because it's a bit steal. They can steal, but they cannot implement. But one thing I'll say is that if there's any news that has gotten attention a lot, anybody can pick what I'm saying right now and do whatever I want to do with it. And news that this government tried to deny. Just go and check. Once the moment they come out to deny something, go and check all the news that have gone on to be viral news with this government, and news that they use their hand to come and deny it, one way or the other. Because and Nigerians have now known that anything Tinubu and this government says is a lie or deny, they know that it is true. That is one of the that's one of the key pointer for me in this government. That anything they come out and say, oh, it's a lie, it's a lie. Anything like Bayo or Nanuga, Bayo, that ancient of days bigot, that liar in chief, anything that Bayo just come out and say, no, it's just doesn't have true. It don't happen. And you start paying attention to that news. And so when I started seeing they started sending their minors to come out and try and defend, I said, there's something big here. It's actually something big. Look into that case. There's something here that we're not seeing. There's probably something that we're not saying. What is it? And lo and behold, we are witnessing broad daylight boju, broad daylight criminality, broad daylight fraud in the highest proportion ever. That a man can come out. I've been seeing posters, and I've been seeing posts about this particular person, because I'm not going to come here to make excuses for the person, because the guy in question is a criminal, is a crook, right? For you to have, he's a criminal. Let me say he's a criminal. For him to have admitted that he paid a bribe to the tune of 400 million, you are a criminal first. So I'm not going to come and say I'm doing sympathy for the guy. No, he's a criminal. So for the criminal to first of all admit that he paid a bribe of 400 million to secure a job or something that Bajabi is for 600 million, and going further, Bajabi want to collect 48% from a grant of over 24 billion naira. So in his own mindset, 48% was too big. It was not painful to him that, okay, Bajabi had reduced it to maybe 20%. We wouldn't have heard this story. It wouldn't have been mainstream. It would have just been, okay, another one of those normal things these criminals do. But because this man almost demanded for 50%, 50-50. Even Wike don't collect 50-50 for Fubara. Wike collect 70-30, 60-40. Fubara, this man say, but just say, guy, 50-50, because we know that this your agency, you're doing nothing. Nothing is just, this money just coming. Now start thinking of all the agencies that are moribund or that are being used as SPV currently under this government. Just start thinking about them. Just open your eyes and see that we are running the highest fraudster cartel in the history of our country. You know what I've been saying is when many of us come out here and say it, and we call out Bola Tinubu's government for the fraud that it is, many people feel like it is from a place of hate, or from a place of maybe you say your candidate, they always the common phrase is that they say that your candidate don't win 2023 now why? That's what they always say. Even though we know that I know my candidate won, but he was rigged. But they always throw that this time. It feels like you now water down your conversation to look like it is if you're coming from a place of vendetta, right? But one thing I've always insisted, and I've said that, you see, criminality has no hiding place. When you're dealing with thieves, there is no honor within thieves. There is no honor. One thief must outsmart one thief, and one day it could just open. How do you explain for the life of me? And this guy that man a very smart criminal, though. If you like say the guy knows say something like this will happen one day, he don't they package the evidence since. He don't they make videos. He don't stop with everybody. He don't do videos with everybody. How do you discount us? How do you water down this evidence that we're seeing with our koro eyes? I see some of the APC boys that they assigned earlier on to come and say, guys, they say, come on, this man is a criminal. This is a fraudster. Highest for one night. Go under their comment sections. Even the staunchest of APC that Tinubu have sacrificed their brain to Sango. Even the strongest of them, you see them, they say, beg, if they change out for the people, you cannot water down what people are seeing with their koro eyes. You might have chosen to be a slave to Tinubu all your lives, right? You might have chosen to be a slave to bad government all your life, but you see this one, where people they see with their eyes. Every single day there is a new evidence. Every single day there's a new video. There are new pictures. There are new. How do you explain these things? Okay, let's say even that the pictures now, boju pictures. How do you explain that this agency is in the Nigerian budget? How do you explain that these people have an account open in CBN? Do you understand? They do not need to open an account in CBN. The moment you start, how APC don't get sense? APC don't get sense. Honestly speaking, Tinubu. You see, well, if you've been on the MS Salam show the past couple of days, I kept insisting. I say the greatest problem Tinubu and APC have is that in the room where Tinubu stands, Tinubu is the smartest. That is the biggest problem. That you're in a room with Bola Tinubu of 1,000 people or 500 people, as the case may be, and Tinubu is the smartest. You people are all bunch of fools. How can Tinubu be smarter than everybody in his circle? People, there's no ability to challenge, to question, to think out of the box. And that's one of the problems that they have, because when they do these things and they see their supporters, their support base as bunch of fools that swallow everything they do, hook, line, and sinker without asking questions like zombies, they now say that, oh, if people can see us do these things and they support us, that means many other Nigerians will support us. So they throw it out without checks, without balancing, without auditing, not just put it out. Nigerians go believe. That mentality of Nigerians go believe it's coming from when they look at their support base and see that their support base are so stupid enough to believe that you see the evidence of your eyes. If Tinubu, God. I asked myself, and I was like, when I said, sit down. Is it that this guy is so fraudulent that he had access to the deputy speaker? He hosted events with the presidency. He has an office in a federal secretariat. I'm able to call him. He has access to Aso Rock. Who managed to sneak in his agency's budget into the Nigerian budget? Do you people that this APC people, before people came out to go through this system, why didn't you just come out and say, due to a fall off, he has been fired? You would have said that you would have coined a better narrative and said, this person committed a huge fraud and it will be your lie versus his lie. You people have the media to counteract him. You people have the Olodos to attack him. You have all these things. It is much safer for you people to punish him, like let's say throw him, because first of all, his admittance that he gave bribe is corruption first. It's a crime. It would have been safer for people to say that this crime, that somebody was you can even say that somebody was how do they try, and they see me now, they try form fake lie. He hard because you can't cover up this mess. You can say that, let's say, okay, let me find one now. Let's say you say that Femi Gbajabiamila was cloned. They cloned him. And somebody was using Femi Gbajabiamila to be talking with the guy. I was doing business with the guy, because what you cannot say is what people are saying right now, that agency does not exist. An agency with a website, an agency that has its budget in the Nigerian budget. You cannot say that does not exist. An agency with over 300 staff. You cannot. That one is unacceptable. You people would have gone the route of saying that the head of that agency is corrupt, has been caught stealing. Even if you didn't catch him stealing, you have the media. You can change and you can rewire the conversation towards that angle. You did not see that place. You came to say that the agency does not exist. Okay, as it doesn't exist now, you have to ask other questions. We now have to start digging more, because like I saw one of my friends, he said that APC will learn that when you're in a hole, you stop digging. The moment you're inside a hole, you stop digging, because the moment you keep digging, you keep exposing more. You have to now explaining who gave him access to CBN to create an account. Who is that person that puts that bill? Because instead of also have one fall guy now in Gbajabiamila, you have several fall guys. From the CBN, there will be a fall guy. To the Senate, that bill came before the Senate and they signed it. There will be a fall guy. To the House of Reps, there will be a fall guy. To the presidency, there will be a fall guy. So there are going to be several fall guys instead of one fall guy. Because to cover up one lie, you need so many other lies to cover up one lie. How do you guys do this? How do you guys reason in that camp? How do you guys think in APC, for Christ's sake? How? Oh my goodness. Oh my, yeah. I'm not even pitying them. I don't get any atom of pity for them. I've always insisted, I've always said from day one, that anything associated with Bola Tinubu is criminality. I think my happiness that I believe, I'm happy that people like us have been saying this for so long, have been vindicated right now. That we were not crazy when we were saying that Tinubu and his corrupt practices will engulf Nigeria and swallow this country. We were not crazy. We were right when we were insisting that these criminals should never have a say or had access to the national coffer. We were not crazy. Look at the open, broad day criminality happening in our country today. An open embarrassment. An open embarrassment. How do you... I really want to hear an APC member just come and tell me, Saddam, this is what happened. This is how we open an account in CBN. Make I go open one account. Because I won't get CBN account. I want to open CBN account also. I want to make Vawulence Space day budget, Nigerian budget. Agency, Vawulence Space Agency of make I call now where Vawulence Space, Vawulence Space political social. You know when you begin to give big words, those fools go this say they talk something serious. Vawulence Space political social strategic agency. Make I call now Vawulence Space political social strategic agency. VSPSSA. Please, guys, please, we petition, because this petition must reach Aso Rock. How do VSPSSA enter Nigerian budget? I want to know. I really want to know, because we have gotten to a point in time in our country whereby everything is not a joke. These people, they look at Nigerians as fools. People will not get sense. We not sabi anything. That you carry us, look, you look grown men. Oh, Femi Gbajabiamila. And if you go and look at, if you just go and search Femi Gbajabiamila, his history, his antecedents from America, his fraud in America. You see, they now understand how Bola Ahmed Tinubu runs his government. I've been saying it since then. When I was shouting, I said that if you're not a thief, you cannot be in Tinubu's cabinet. If you're not a thief, if you don't have a record of, let me say, you get this way they never catch. Tinubu no thief, they never catch you. If Tinubu need to say part of your portfolio, we say I was caught in so you don't serve time. Yes, you're qualified. Once Tinubu say you don't serve time, or they catch you, or you get prosecution. You get that is your CV gets more emboldened with these people. You cannot be a clean person and work with criminals. We kept saying this in prior to the election. We're saying it in 2023. You cannot be a thief and work with Tinubu. You cannot and not work with Tinubu. You cannot be a sane person and work with Tinubu. And this brings me down to how it affects me and you as a people, because we can all focus on the conversations and forget the consequences of what is currently happening, and actually the repercussion and actually also again the lessons we must have learned or we should learn from this particular whole debacle happening right now. Is that as it is right now, we're a laughing stock across the world. People are going to see this. The world is taking notice. The world is listening. That actually there's a high level of criminality that the right hand, you know what I mean to call the chief of staff to the president. You are the right hand man to the president. Nobody sees the president before they see you. That's the chief of staff. No, that budget no go pass no Tinubu table, the chief of staff table. You go touch your hand first before you reach chief of staff, before you reach Tinubu's table. That the right hand man to the president is immersed in the highest scandal ever, whereby the presidency are claiming that an agency doesn't exist. An agency that currently, as we speak right now, has been funded from the Nigerian budget, has been found in the Nigerian budget. It passed through the House of Reps. It passed through the Nigerian Senate. If it shows anything, it shows that these people are not serious about governance. But let me now circle back to what is most important to Nigerians. I made a video earlier on today, and please, if you watch that video, if you didn't watch that video, please just go check that video. And I saw a video of a young man on Instagram, and he was talking about Niger Republic. If you recall, guys, I think it was 2024 or 2020, yes, 2024, where there was a coup in Niger Republic that took out Idris Deby and brought in the current military guys in Niger right now, that Tinubu wanted to take us to war with, based on the call from his new masters in France. You guys remember? And there was a whole celebration in Niger Republic. 2 years down the line, please go and check Niger Republic economy then and now. I'm giving people assignment for Nigerians to see. Check Niger Republic economy then and now. Check Niger Republic quality of life then and now, vis-a-vis confirmed with Nigeria, because it happened almost similar to when Tinubu became president. Then Niger Republic did something that was very spectacular. I think June, right? I think June last month. Niger Republic said, okay, thank you for correcting. Someone said the Niger Republic coup was in 2023, exactly when Tinubu came into power, just a few months after Tinubu came into power. 2023, thank you so much. And they did something very spectacular. They passed a bill that if you are caught stealing $350,000, please hear what I'm calling on, $350,000, you will spend life in prison. $350,000, you spend life in prison. If you're caught stealing $1 million, now firing squad, death penalty. That was passed in Niger Republic. And when I saw that news, I was like, so the guy that made the video, he was like, under that, when that news came out, you see Nigerians under the news say, it's too harsh. Why will you kill somebody for a non-violent crime? Nigerians go under Niger Republic news. They cry. You see, for those that are of the opinion that you cannot fix Nigeria, I bet you with everything I have, that if that bill coming to Nigeria today, if that bill coming to Nigeria today and it's passed today, corruption will die in Nigeria. Corruption will die from 100% to 10%. In fact, many Nigerians, many of us will fight it. Because I've even noticed that many Nigerians, even many of us, we don't even like make this corruption go. Some of us just want to be on the receiving end. Because what that means is that even the way the private sector will still up to that amount, you're gone. Oh. How many Nigerians will be able to stand for such a bill now today and say that with their chest, they are willing to allow and say let such a bill a death penalty to corruption? How many Nigerians with their chest could say you make it go? How many of us? We are a political class. We are a political class ever will think about it and say, death penalty. If they do it means say the man will go hit the gavel for Senate. Abio go as he hit the gavel, they will give him a rope when he go hang himself. They will start unaliving themselves from the Senate first. They go kill themselves for Senate first to the House of Rep. It means that even local government chairmen in Nigeria are not safe. $1 million. $1 million are changed now. It's changed in Nigeria today to what they steal. These guys are stealing. They steal billions of dollars. $1 million are changed now. House of Rep members, State House. Then those ones they steal. What's $1 million to these people? But in Nigerian Republic, you will buy for $1 million theft. That is a country that is serious about the future of their people. If we're not ready to start taking such, if we're not ready to go that way, we're not ready to save our country. And that's why for me, I say that's why I respect the man that I follow, the man that I'm proposing to Nigerians that come next elections, he should be the one to lead this country, because he has always insisted to fix Nigeria, you must have a zero tolerance on corruption. He have always said that if you're not stealing, it is now that quote is hitting everybody now. They have been saying this for so long. If you're not stealing, if your wife is not stealing, if your children are not stealing, if those around you are not stealing, you reduce corruption by, is it 50 or 70%? Abi, I'm not saying now, Abi. I'm not saying now, say, if Tinubu was not stealing, but Abi Amina is not stealing, and Tinubu's wife is not stealing, and the children are not stealing, his cabinet is not stealing, there will be enough money to fix Nigeria. They will not be telling us to go and find akara, kuli, abado. There will be enough money to tackle critical infrastructure. I watched a video of a man that is building a GDM of Zenith Bank and his wife. Look at the hospital these people are building in the center of Abuja. Tinubu has spent 3 years in Nigeria, 3 years, a sick man, 3 years as president, 3 years going to 4 years now. Tinubu no build one hospital. One, build. Even the one will go treat himself, build. So you see the abject, the stealing that these guys that's going on under this government, unchecked stealing, just come in and steal. In the midst of all this corruption we're talking about right now, Tinubu is still, this shouldn't be a topic on its own. Tinubu has still awarded another contract, the Sokoto Badagry Road, to his godfather. The same man that is responsible for the flooding right now that is affecting Lagos. The same person. The Lagosians are flooding because of Coastal Road. The criminality in the Coastal Road. When they were screaming and shouting, have you guys done your EAI on this road? Umayi, goodness me. Came out and was saying, yes, they have done it. Look at the consequences today in Lagos. The same company, High Tech, that was responsible, Tinubu have given 80% of all our major contracts in Nigeria under his government to High Tech, owned by Chaguri, his godfather. His son sits on the board. Tell me which other corruption is bigger than that? That the presidency is giving contracts to a company his son sits on. Open, broad daylight corruption in high places, and we're seeing this thing and we're acting like it's nothing. Tinubu has come in. Somebody was on my live yesterday and he said, Saddam, it pained me for heart. I said, I'm going to open a space next week. We'll just talk about the criminality of the Chaguris. He said, Saddam, Chaguri was the man that was laundering money for Abacha. Atiku Bagudu was the man that was laundering money for Abacha. That Abacha, this is the statement he made that it really hit me. He said that Abacha even had the decency of keeping Chaguri away from the limelight. He kept him away. Just to do your job of laundering and go. Tinubu had the audacity to bring in a man that is a well-known money launderer. You can Google Chaguri and see for yourself what that man cases from Switzerland to America. Tinubu had the audacity of bringing that man and giving him contracts in Nigeria to the highest. We are crazy in Nigeria for us to accept this nonsense going on in our country. Honestly speaking, we dey craze. Whether not juju, I don't know. That you award all these contracts, then you don't do you there. You had the audacity of giving the second highest honor in the land, GCON, to a money launderer. Kai, Tinubu don't decide. I swear on everything I have, Tinubu is not a Nigerian. Tinubu is not a Nigerian. I can bet everything I have, Tinubu is not a Nigerian. You cannot be a Nigerian. You cannot like this country. I believe Tinubu is on a self-mission to destroy this country because you cannot explain this for the life of me that you carry the most revered, honored award in our land. You not see who to give that award to. You codedly, in fact, what I heard was that it was even he codedly packaged that award and sent it to that man. Then the man now sent it to his friend. That was what my friend was saying. Femi, what do you call this man? Otedola, because it was Otedola that tweeted it that we now knew. It was not from the presidency. I looked at that tweet. Otedola said, "Congratulations to my friend and my mentor, Gilbert Shaguri, for his honor of GCON." I saw that and I said, "What?" I said, "Your mentor, a money launderer that laundered the funds of Nigeria, that the current NSA, Nigeria is a crime scene under APC. Nigeria is a crime under APC. Honestly speaking, God have mercy. The current NSA, let me just paint this picture for Nigeria. Oh, God damn it. The current NSA, Ribadu, under Obasanjo, was 5 minutes away, a few minutes away from arresting Gilbert Chaguri. They had already surrounded the airport. I'm saying what I'm saying right now, just Google it and be checking. They have already surrounded the airport. As Chaguri was about to land, somebody passed him information and called them that this airport has been surrounded. Do not land. If you land, Ribadu and his people will take you. Ribadu had everything to say about this man and Bola Tinubu, of how corrupt they were. The videos are there. Ribadu said that the most corrupt governor ever was Bola Tinubu. The video is there. It is there in plain sight. Not Saddam saying it now. It is there. This is not video of today. I'm talking about video of 2004, 2000 and something. He did there. Chaguri took off and went on exile. He never landed that plane again. That Chaguri today is the man that Tinubu has given the highest award in our land. Tinubu has given all our contracts, all the major contracts, Tinkan Island, Tinkan Port contract, Tinubu gave it to him. Coastal Road Port contract without bidding, without any bidding. When come bust my head, we say the Chinese. I now read something yesterday, an article from my people on my. And like China came out to say in the space of 4 months they have built and reconstructed 16,000 kilometers of rural roads across China. 16,000 kilometers in 4 months, to the tune of approximately 12-point-something billion US dollars. Tinubu and Chaguri are building a 700-kilometer coastal road. 700-kilometer coastal road to the tune of 11-point-something billion dollars. 700 kilometers. China built 16,000 in 4 months. And China's figures is just above Chaguri's own with like $1 billion. Let's say that, okay, the coastal road is more delicate. It is more, you will clear and clear and clear and clear and clear and clear. It's among swampy place and everything. Let's agree. Let's do the math. 16,000 kilometers of road. Rural roads. So rural roads is also going to pass through high mountainous areas, swampy areas, different kind of terrains in China. 16,000 kilometers away. See, when we sit back as a country and analyze the criminality under Bola Tinubu, I am saying this, that if we get any sensible government, Tinubu will serve lifetime, even in his grave. Even in his grave, Tinubu will be the first president that should be. They say, they say that the people don't die, then see serve time. He should be, he must be. The criminality under this man is second to none. The criminality we are witnessing under this man, we have never seen something like this before. How do you explain these things? Open brazen corruption and open brazen endorsing of criminal figures and bringing them into the center of power. How do we survive as a country? I'm gonna make a little Tinubu for small. Make a little Tinubu when I come and I cook more. Let me enter a part that for me. I approach this part from two angles. From a very sober angle and from an angle of well, this is good. It is happening. I'm happy it is happening. And if you have been on my shows all through this week, I've spoken about this intensely, and I talked about how much I respect these people. But I also made a video earlier on, and I was like, I thank God for Bola Tinubu. I just took some words from my brother, my Egbon Delifaro to me, where he said that he's happy for how Tinubu came. How Tinubu have come in and he has exposed the system. And I said something. I said, if Tinubu had not happened in 2023 to Nigeria, in fact, I said Tinubu is God sent. If you watch that video, that's when I made the video that Tinubu is actually God sent to Nigeria. I said, if Tinubu had not happened to us in 2023, so many people would have gone to their graves and we would have been eulogizing them. Oh, what a great man. Oh, what a great woman. Oh, this person really wanted Nigeria to work. Oh, he didn't see Nigeria work. Oh, she didn't see Nigeria work. Oh, this. Oh. Now for the shout for their grave side. But Tinubu had to happen. God, for those that don't believe in God, I'm sorry for you. I don't have any apology. I'm a very strong believer of God, and I believe that everything happens for a reason. So I totally believe that God brought them into this country, brought Tinubu at this point in time. In fact, that's why I said, this man has said, Saul will come before David. Hey, even though you were eating corn to say that thing, you didn't know that God was using you to say it. Because if Tinubu had not happened to Nigeria, who would have thought? Who would have thought that people like Dada Adeboye, Kumuyi, Bishop Kuka, Father Mbaka, Wole Soyinka, who would have thought that all these great people, your celebrities, your actors, your actresses, your civil societies, NLC, TUC, NURTW, who would have thought that your influencers were all agents of darkness? Who would have thought? Tinubu is that mirror that had to come and beam itself up in the faces of every single Nigerian. Whatever you see from that mirror is a reflection of who you are. When you look at Tinubu, whatever you see is who you are. If you see corruption, if you see criminality, if you see a dictator, if you see a crook, what you see is who you are. If you see a good man, if you see a political jagaban, if you see a this and that, it is what you truly represent as a person. He's that mirror that had to come and show Nigerians who every single person is. Look at your circle of influence. Look at the people that you represent. Look at your I said that I said, look at your friends, look at your family. Am I audible? Well, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, go on.
Okay. Look at your circle of influence, look at your family, ask your friends, people around you, what they think about Bola Tinubu. Look at the business societies, people that you will revere, people that will respect. Look at all of them today. Where do they stand? in such a very... If Tinubu was a character that you said that, okay, maybe you don't understand him, you don't know where he stands, you don't know what he does, you don't know. Let's say let's just say that Tinubu was, who do I use now? Osibanjo. If Tinubu was an Osibanjo, that you can really say some good and bad about him, it's understandable. But Tinubu is a dirty character. You cannot pretend you don't know who Tinubu is. His history, his antecedents, it points to a dirty being. This is a... I said this is a what do I call out? What's that phrase I use? What do they call these people? Maybe say their papa gets... you won't collect your papa inheritance. What will I beg help you? When they call people say you won't collect your papa money, you get what they call them. Oh, somebody please help me, please.
Which people you talk?
If your papa get money, you want collect the papa, now you go inherit your papa money. What do they call those people? There's a terminology they used to call them.
Prodigal, I need prodigal to your...
No. You're the one that you inherit your father. Next of kin. Next of kin. Next of kin. Tinubu na next of kin of Satan. There's nothing you want to tell me. Thank you, chief pharmacist. Next of kin of Satan. Everything that the devil embodies, that's what that man embodies. There's nothing that you cannot come and say, oh no, he's being misconstrued. You don't like him. No, Tinubu is a dirty character. You can see it. Everything around him is criminality. So you cannot stand on the fence with the character called Tinubu. There's no standing in the fence. You're either for him or against him. You cannot say, oh no, don't look at his character. No, you must question the character of your leaders. So Tinubu have come out, and you now see people that are meant to speak truth to power, people that are meant to challenge that. Previously they did this. Look at Adeboye at 80-something years, sir. You're closer to meeting your creator. You are close. What else on earth do you want to achieve? How long more do you think you're going to live on earth? The Nigeria have been good to you. You people have deceived the Nigerian generation for so long. You deceived our grandparents. You deceived our parents. I saw a newspaper article yesterday of Deeper Life Pastor Kumuyi in 1986. When they never born some of us, he come out in the talk say Nigeria needs special prayers. 40 years after, you still they talk and say that Nigeria needs special prayers. What has prayer fixed in this country? Point to one country on earth that prayers are fixed. There is no nation on earth that have developed off prayers. Even the people that you people run to, even the people that you eulogize, this so-called Holy Land, Israel, Saudi Arabia, did they grow by prayers? Did they develop their country by prayers? Prayers is between you and your God. Now you and your creator. It's a personal relationship with your God. It has nothing to do with governance. But you have hoodwinked a generation of people. You have lied to their parents. I was saying yesterday, I was saying a generation of people died believing that watching television is a sin. Some people died believing that if they're on television, na sin it be. How do you explain this to them? The same man that sold that doctrine to them, that watching television is a sin, today he has his own television station. He gets his own TV station. When did it stop becoming a sin? And Nigerians are so blinded by this. I tell people that if the moment they call out your pastor, your man of God, and you feel threatened, you feel your body begin to bite you, then you're no longer serving God. You're serving that man. The moment you see open, brazen, distorted figures, you see this is a Yahoo behavior from Daniel Adeboye. Now Yahoo behavior him do. The moment you see that behavior and you feel that people are calling him out, you feel pained. Not that you're pained that what he's doing is wrong, but you're pained that he's being dragged. Please, you're not serving God, you're serving him. Now man you deserve. Now man you deserve. But I'm happy that all these things happening in the time. The generation is rising. All those auditorium well that they build. Now the big church go big pass all the companies in Lagos. We leave Lagos. Now churches buy them. All the companies will leave Lagos. Now churches buy them, convert them. Go to Oba Okran, Ikeja. All the where Dunlop day, where John Holt and all these companies, all don't convert to church. A country that converts that convert companies to churches. God go dey heaven, they say, una mumu sha, una mumu. Then you now go on a Monday morning, or you tell them 150 days fasting in a year that contains 300 and something days, half of the year, make them dey fast. Which energy they go use work? Which energy they go use work when they fast 150 something days? This lie, and honestly speaking, if there's any happiness I have, is that people's eyes are opening to see that many of these men are just businessmen. They're just businessmen. You build universities that your church members cannot afford to go to. Then the same church members that cannot afford to go to these universities will come and be defending them and say, it's not expensive. It is not cheap. You don't feel go to school where your tithes and offering they enter. You can't afford to go to it. Oh my goodness, Nigerians, even the Bible says my people perish for lack of knowledge. The same Bible says in Nigeria, many people are dying today because they lack knowledge. And that knowledge is what these people at the center, at the top of these churches, do not want Nigerians to know. You absolve yourself and tell people that Tinubu, if the GSCON give command, are you expecting him to wear khaki? Yes, sir, we're expecting him to wear khaki. Because even Buhari, the disaster, you know I was saying it now, Buhari will be better than Tinubu. Sure, you would not see him. Even Buhari, the disaster, there are pictures and videos of Buhari wearing khaki as an 80-something-year-old man to pretend to be at the front line. Buhari, the disaster. Is it Jonathan? Yar'Adua did not have such incidents of insecurity as we have now. So there might probably not be no images. And the same thing with Obasanjo. But the two past presidents that came before this crook, there are videos and pictures of them in khaki. Yes, so you're meant to wear khaki. And if you're not meant, if you don't wear khaki, if you as a daddy GO, you pass a message to your pastors across all the branches that collect tithes and offerings, and they don't bring it to your this thing, will they see you have become pastors in your church? Are there no consequences for disobedience of orders from the top? If Tinubu give an order to his service chiefs and they fail to carry it out to the letter, is it not enough reason for you to sack them and replace them? Are we lacking of manpower in our country? The answer is no. Are we lacking of generals to take over from these failed generals in our country today? The answer is no. So it is a sacrilege that you, as a well-revered, respected man of God, went to America to go and, in fact, I can say authoritatively that he went there on a whitewashing job for this government. You have no smoke whatsoever for Tinubu. I don't know how much sitting is that the people they follow. I was once one of them. I said it before. I'm not ashamed to say it. That I always used to be one of the people that I turn in every day I come back from work, I tune in my this year, I'm on redeem. I'm every single day. I don't hide them. I don't hide it. I go until my eye open. My open, I say, no, this cannot be from God. This cannot be from God. And I hope and believe that many Nigerians' eyes will be getting open as we go into the electoral season. As we not just the electoral season, going into future, and Nigerians' eyes will begin to open to understand that more, these men have been using us for so long. There's a huge connection towards bad governance and the church. There's a huge connection towards bad governance and religion in Nigeria. They work in a very symbiotic relationship. One sells hope. One successfully sells hope and keep the people from really standing up to their duties. Our pastors, our imams, our religious leaders have every power to freaking fix this country in the space of 1 month. Because so many Nigerians are sheep, they don't get sense. Daddy G or daddy this, my papa, this one, that one, that one. If your papa tell you, say, go and lie down in front of Lekki Expressway, they will lie down there. Go and lick sand, they will lick sand. Anything I tell people, many Nigerians will do these things. Why don't you not tell those people to get ready and fix governance? Get ready and come out and demand good governance. You will never see them call for accountability with a big cause. If they do that, the eyes of the people will be open. And if Nigeria begins to work, we will turn night vigils to night shifts. Look at when people say that thing, that you will talk night vigil to night shifts. All of a sudden, there was attacks from everywhere. What is bad in turning night vigil to night shifts? Is anybody against the faith? Nobody's against the faith. Practice your faith. But Nigeria has to be a productive country, and productivity of the country does not lie in prayers. There must be work. There must be work. You must put in the work. It's painful because, honestly speaking, I just see how these men are bringing that have opened themselves to attacks. Because you see, that's Tinubu for you people. Everything Tinubu touches turns to dust. Anybody that tries to defend Tinubu, no matter how smart you are, no matter how intelligent you are, you begin to sound like a fool. You begin to sound like a fool. You begin to sound like people start questioning you. It is so painful seeing when it's. I say this is from a place of pain, knowing fully well that I respect many of these men. I'm not someone that disrespect my elders, except you have shown to be so stupid. Then your stupidity will warrant the disrespect you get, or you're in a position of office where I know that your decisions will affect my life. Like, I will disrespect you anytime. I don't care. But when you're in this position of revered position, that you're meant to be a voice for the people, and you're silent when the people need you. You're silent when we need you. Instead, you're making excuses. It's a shame. It's a shame. I'll just end up my submission here. Let's just open up the live for people to come in. Let me just bring my brother Well in Nigeria. Guys, thank you so much for all of you that have joined us. If you're just joining us, we have been talking about the state of the nation, vis-a-vis the topics up here. The criminality going on in Aso Rock with the Bola Tinubu's administration and his right-hand man, the chief of staff, and the recent water and double downing of the presidency. I did not even talk about the local culture self. I don't even talk about Kuli Kuli, giving us Kuli Kuli and this itself. Many things happen all through this week. Just look at the kind of discussions, conversations this APC have brought us down to empower our mothers with Kuli Kuli. Just look. It is well with us, I beg. It's well. Let me bring in my brother in Nigeria. Guys, welcome. Meanwhile, please, guys, you can let's repost the live. Let's share the live wherever you're listening to us. My people on TikTok, I see you guys. Thank you so much. I'll be bringing up speakers on both sides today. Oh my goodness, see the guests. TikTok, and I don't plenty request, Michael. Let me see. Hey, let me bring everybody. Let me just bring you guys up. But meanwhile, please, guys, we have a mandate on TikTok to hit 100,000 likes. Guys, please repost the. As I'm bringing you, please just mute your mic. Please just. I'll start bringing you guys up, so please just keep your mic muted, please. Please keep your mic muted. So you guys please help me while you come up. Just mute your mic. So guys, we're streaming this live across different social media platforms right now, and I'm trying to make sure that we bring up people across different platforms just to share the conversation. Please, what you can help us do here is to please repost the live, retweet the live. Let's get more into the conversation as much as we can. And help me, I'll be posting scores on the timeline. Let me see what's happening on FIFA. Thank you so much. Well, let me circle back to you now. Welcome, brother.
Yeah, good evening, Emir Salam. Good evening to everybody on the space. Those of us that are requesting the mic. The blue tickers like Salam called you guys, and the non-blue tickers. Good evening to everybody listening on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Facebook, right? So and on X Live or X Space Live. So Welcome again to Vawulence Space. Welcome again. First, I just want to remind us. I mean, and this for me is usually very important because going into 2027, which we are currently there about 6 months and probably plus or minus 16 days too, right? So it means we are already in the countdown mode to an extent. Going to 2027, I just think it's important for us to carry these conversations everywhere, right? To be able to let people know that people are having this kind of conversations. There's a lot that go on the internet. There are different kind of spaces. Or the space Saddam posted the other day where people were talking about. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know if they're talking about a girl or a boy. I don't know that conversation was all about. But you know, there are different conversations that Nigerians would rather engage, and quite unfortunately, right? But I can't blame them because sometimes it's also what comes to their tier. Right? It's also what comes to what their algorithm brings to their timeline. So it's why I want to encourage everyone of us that are on the space now that if perhaps you forgot to repost the space, please do well to repost the space. Currently, we are about 200 and close to 300 thereabouts, and I see there are just only 54 people reposting. So sometimes I kind of try to imagine what that means. You know, if it means the other people that have not reposted, like what's the intention, right? Because again, like I usually tell people, you know, you can go and undo the tweet after the space. I don't mind. But why it's important to post it now is because to get people to get conversation. Because even from the conversations we have on these spaces a couple of times, I myself even get informed. Like I pick a lot of ideas, I pick a lot of talk points that I used to discuss with other people. So please do well to repost the space. And as well, if you are listening on TikTok, by people on TikTok, I'm not in the comment section today, but do well to also share the live and hit the like buttons to just help with the algorithm and so on. So that's first on the road. Then also, this one is always very important to me. I say it every time. If you are at home and you are listening to this space, please, if you have lights, connect your own filter to the space and increase the volume. If you don't have light, that's for those of you that grew up in Nigeria. If you say we don't have light, that means there's no power. So if you have Bluetooth speaker, please do well to put it on loudspeaker. And if your neighbor comes to ask you what you are listening to, tell them you are listening to Nigerians who are willing and are able to take back the country. So these are very important because if we just stay here and listen to ourselves, not to ourselves, it doesn't really. I mean, for 2027, honestly, I don't think 2027 is the year for us to practicalize anything. For us to say we are doing experiments, we are just testing how it works. So we did enough testing in 2023, and you know, we got caught on fresh to an extent. And in going to 2027, we have because that's really the only choice we have, to be honest. Except to just want to end this entire conversation on banter. Right? And I've told a couple of persons that for me, banter, I'm not so interested in banters. Right? Except that's what we just want, like, you know, the whole back and forth banter. But if what we really want is actual change, then it's left to us to put in effort to that change. Now, I'll just quickly, you know, I won't give like a lengthy submission. You know, I've distantly followed the Femi Badabia-Miller's case, right? And again, I'm not. I think maybe it's because I'm not shocked, right? I think maybe it's because I'm not shocked because again, these are things that post of pre-2023 and post-2023, we emphasized all these points that Tinubu is only so I personally believe a special criteria for you to be around Bola Ahmed Tinubu is for you to have a criminal record.
What?
Like I think it's a special criteria. Like because basically you only employ people that will do the kind of PD that you want to do. Like if what you want to do is implement good change, do those kind of things, then you also employ people that have the brains to do it. But if what you want to do is siphon, steal, embezzle, like then you also need to employ people that are in that same field. I mean, except maybe people do not know this, right? But Gbajabiamila has always been someone that is tied to criminality.
Facts.
In 2003, while he was still practicing law in Georgia, USA. That's 2003. He took a client. That's what drove him to Nigeria, anyways. He took a client's money. He decided to take a settlement for a client up to the tune of $25,000. And instead of him to, first of all, he accepted it on the client's behalf. So basically, there was no proof that the client, at least the client wanted him to accept that settlement. He accepted it on the client's behalf. Deposited the money into his own trust fund. Went to withdraw the money and used it for personal gain. This is not propaganda. This is not accuser. Like I'm not accusing. He deposited it into his own trust fund, withdrew it and used it for personal gain. And he admitted to it. The only reason Gbajabiamila was not tried as a criminal it was because he admitted to it. So this what I'm saying now is not propaganda really. Like I'm not saying something to just point fingers at him and say, oh, this is because it's affiliated to Tinubu. What I'm telling you now is fact. I thank God for AI. You can just go to Google and Google, oh, what is Gbajabiamila's history or criminal history in the US? You will see it there. This is not, if you want to put it, or if you have Glock, you can ask Glock in this conversation. What is Gbajabiamila's history in the US? Glock will tell you. The only reason he's not in jail or he was not sent to jail was when the issue came up. Because obviously, it's almost like if you're a Nigerian Bar Association and you committed misconduct. So the Bar Association will call you for investigation and, try and all those things. And, if you admit to the crime, they will just only fine you and tell you to, do some necessary things and give you some sanctions and let you go. So they will not probe you further. So in this case, Gbajabiamila agreed to this criminality, and eventually the punishment he had, I think, was first of all he had to pay the money back to the client. Then he was suspended from practicing in Georgia because in the US they kind of have like a provincial legal system. He was banned from practicing in Georgia for 3 years. Those were the time he came back to Nigeria. Or that was the time he came back to Nigeria. So when I see some of these things, I can imagine that criminal of a person is the chief of staff to the. And to be honest, because it's hard for me. I just look at us as Nigerians and just think, for anybody that thinks, oh, Nigeria is going to, for some reason, just stumble into success, into becoming a great country. This one, I've said this a couple of times. Yeah, Tinubu does not have the ability to do that. I need people to get this because I think it's what even some because there are some people that are just foolishly supporting APC. I really do not care about those kind of people. But I think that there are some people that maybe I don't want to let me give credit to say it's ignorance or something, but and they tell you some of all this useless policy. The thing is that Tinubu does not have the ability. Tinubu does not have it in him to do that. What I've been preaching recently is split our big forces. Competence, capacity, character, compassion, and sometimes he has a fifth C and he says commitment. But I usually tell people that commitment is kind of like overarching. I say people do not understand because it's just Peter Obi has said it. In fact, I wouldn't feel like Peter Obi has abused it because he has said it so much. People just think it's this normal thing. People do not understand the implication of those forces. Competence is your academic, not just academic qualification, like your qualification generally, like what you have in your head, what school has given you, what experience has given you, and so on. And I can't tell people that because, for example, Peter will be someone that has competence. You don't know the level of competence it takes to be a bank CEO. You don't want. So you don't know the level of competence it will take you to be a branch manager of a bank, a branch manager. Not to talk about this. So I don't want to talk about competence in laws because even if you want to argue, and if you want to give, which is a fallacy to be honest, but even if you want to, if maybe you are so blind that you think Tinubu is also competent. The next is capacity. Capacity is now the physical ability to deliver. That's your physical ability, your health. The capacity is the reason why someone like Atiku and Tinubu should never be let near to the corridors of power in Nigeria, especially at this point in time. Capacity is that physical ability. Recently, I was just trying to do a mapping of Nigerian presidents since like 99. I was not doing it today myself. I was doing it based on these 4 C's. And I want, I was looking at, each of these 4 C's with Obasanjo, with Yar'Adua, and with Yar'Adua, one of the interesting things that came to me was that, and I'm saying this because I'm talking about capacity, was that Yar'Adua had competence, he had character, he had, compassion. I mean, there are different pointers to what you can use to determine if you have this, and I don't want to talk about them because, time. But the one thing that Yar'Adua lacked was capacity, which was physical health, and we suffered for it. We suffered for it daily in the country because obviously he passed and good luck came in. Good luck, you can say, okay, he has competence. You can say he had capacity because he was a young person, he was agile. But good luck lacked character. And you can say maybe he has compassion, but he lacked character. That's why his presidency was linked with corruption. But it's so crazy because why I was trying to do the analysis was I was trying to see our coming backward, like scoring people, over 4. So technically I scored Yar'Adua 3 over 4 because he lacked capacity. I scored good luck, maybe 3 over 4, maybe some people can be 2 over 4. Because then it's crazy because we drifted backward with Buhari. And I'm going to say, many people may not agree with this, but to an extent, the reason why Buhari had that court following was because people felt and probably still feel that he had character. That the ability, character is pretty much the ability for you to just do the right thing. Basically, simply put, the ability for you to do the right thing. So you can say, but the problem with the obvious problem with Buhari was that he lacked competence. Obviously, he did not get anything from it. He lacked capacity, was physically and mentally sick. He lacked compassion. So he couldn't relate to what people were suffering. So even if you want to give him character, so the best you can score Buhari is 1 over 4 in these 4 matrix. But so crazily, we found ourselves in Tinubu. Why I'm doing this analysis so you know how backward we've drifted and know what we need to do to get ourselves as a country out of this mess. We found ourselves in Tinubu, who first lacks competence. There's no proof of his record, like his school record is forged. Everything about him that can point to competence, even his career. I'm saying, he was trained by Deloitte, was denied. The highest job that people know him for was that he worked at a filling station called Mobi. That's like people. No, when people say Mobi, look at it now, say this is the best thing has ever been was a chief accountant in a chain of filling station. That's what he has ever been. So first of all, he lacks competence to rule a country. He lacked the capacity, obviously, physically not okay. That's the given. He lacked character. In fact, that's even the worst part. Because I feel like if you go have character and compassion, without competence, you might be lucky in some areas. But Tinubu is the definition of the lack of character. Then I don't want to go into compassion. So why I say this is that now we have the opportunity to have a Peter Obi that is competence personified. Like I said, you can't fault anybody that has gotten to that pinnacle of chairing a bank to success. And you can chair a bank and the bank will fail. There are many people that post online that they are chairing a bank to success. Someone that is physically agile that can be in 3 countries, 3 states almost in the same day. Someone that has the character enough to have willingly dissociated his family from governance, to have willingly rejected a plot of land when nobody was watching, to have willingly you don't have. I was telling somebody said that Peter Obi is a better man than I am. To be honest, and it's just the truth. Because many of us, to be honest, even many of us that think, oh, we are good people, if we have the opportunity that man had, we will do what we will do. You will not believe that you are the one that was doing it. You know what it means to be exposed to that level of affluence, influence, and money, and come out of it untouched. Then talk about compassion. What compassion is what Peter Obi does every time. Where a man who can, like Atiku, afford to just pose inside AC. Do you know that if Peter Obi decide to go chill in some island for the past 3 years and surface just this year, he will still gather enough momentum to beat Tinubu in 2027. But no, because of compassion, he was all over the place for the past 3 years, meeting people where they are. So it's why I just tell myself that, if we make the mistake, and it's going to be a grave mistake. If we make the mistake as a country of missing the opportunity, like these are an opportunity that I can tell you for free will never come back at the very least in our lifetime. If we miss this opportunity. So coming back to Badagate, I'm not surprised because, like I said, Tinubu lacks character, and when you lack character, what will happen is that people that will surround you will have to lack character. It will be a requirement to lack character. So you see these people exposing themselves now. It is part of the modus operandi. It is a norm. What they discuss is who did it better. Who I'm sure the only thing that we do to Baga now at Aso Rock is to be laughing at him that he was caught. And when I say laughing at him, I don't mean laughing at him in a scornful way. I mean in a joking way. You know, when you're co-criminal, you people are doing competition in criminality to say who can do it better. So these people have sold Nigeria to score. And it's just really crazy. The next thing, I'll talk briefly about, Pastor Adeboye. Now, I'm someone that significantly is also, affiliated with Renew Church. Like Saddam, I'm a Christian as well. But one thing I quickly learned, right, was not to get used to calling Pastor Adeboye than you, or at least daddy. Because even biblically speaking, the Bible said explicitly, you can't call, it was what Jesus Christ said, don't call anybody your father, except the one you have in heaven. So I tend to struggle, even, to just call people daddy for pastoral sake. But like Saddam said, it's just quite unfortunate. I don't know if it's maybe unfortunate, but
it's painful, no?
We have to come to terms with the fact that religion as is in Nigeria. So when I talk about religion in Nigeria, there's something I used to call it the Nigerian church. Just the way in the Bible, I Christian, the way the Bible says, the way, people, Apostle Paul was talking and saying, oh, the church in Ephesus, the church in Corinth, the church in this. I've told you that there's a different church in Nigeria. And significantly speaking, by biblical standard, the church in Nigeria, the Nigerian church, is not operating according to what God has ordained for churches to operate. I've said so many times that not until you leave Nigeria. So when you leave Nigeria to a working country, the first thing you will notice is that your prayer point is changed. And some of you have traveled, especially if you've done it recently. For those of you that traveled long ago, you may have forgotten that feeling. But if you traveled most recently, maybe the past 1, 2, 3, 4 years, you can remember that, especially if you were maybe while you were in Nigeria, you were quote unquote a very churchy person. You were a Coco Christian, the way we see it in the Nigeria terms. What the first thing you will notice when you leave Nigeria is that your prayer point will first of all change. So while in Nigeria you are praying for God to bless you, and the kind of blessing you are only thinking is money. It's just money. Because why do you need money? You want to buy fuel to 1G because you don't have light. Why do you need money? You need to have money because if you fall sick, you may not be able to survive except you can pay for the highest form of medical care in private clinics. That's why you need money. But when you move to crimes where, first of all, your problems change. So what might even take, I used to kind of tell people, that if you genuinely do not believe in God while you're in Nigeria, if you leave Nigeria, you backslide. You will not be a Christian or maybe go a Muslim anymore. If you are genuinely not a Christian in Nigeria, if while you're a Christian in Nigeria, it's for just God to bless you, and give you money, do all these things. To be honest, if you leave Nigeria, you will not be a Christian again. You probably might even become an atheist. Because the first thing you will see is that everything is working. So some question that may come to, especially if you migrated legally, right? If you migrated legally and things are working fine for you, I understand that for some people that maybe migrated and things are not working fine for some of them, because I've seen it before. I've seen it. When I moved abroad, the first thing I noticed was that there were two sets of Nigerians. I won't go into the details of not two sets, but at least two classes of Nigerians. Especially if you move to Europe. So that will probably relate to this. If you meet Nigerians you will just have different sets of Nigerians. I don't want to go into that detail. But the point is that what you will notice very easily and drastically is that your prayer point will change. So what I'm saying is that Nigerians should know that prayer, while good, is not going to take us out of this current mess we are in. That's the part. So if you are relying on, Pastor Adeboye, Pastor Kumuyi, Oyedepo, and all of them to be the one to either maybe direct you or whatever, you will suffer heavily. And the sad part is that these guys themselves have been able to sort out themselves. To be honest, whether or not anything happens from today to tomorrow, Adeboye can go anywhere and be comfortable because they've sorted out themselves. And there's something Saddam said on Enna Saddam show a couple of days back, or why he has been talking about this topic. And I think that's very paramount. And I think it's a lesson for maybe up and coming pastors. I don't know if that's the best, but the truth is that the problem some of these people have is that they died with the devil. They died with the devil. Knowingly or unknowingly, but they died with the devil. And the devil being Tinubu. Saddam said is the air apparent to the devil. But I don't think there's something that Tinubu will do that or does that the devil will say, wow, I'm proud of you. I'm proud. Or you are doing better. The devil will say, our prayers for our children to do better than us, and you are really doing better than me in this. So some of these people are knowingly dying with the devil. And now, if you know Tinubu very well, you know Tinubu is a blackmailer in chief. So, whereas he has given you land sometime in 1999, he has given you opportunity to expand your church, he has given you everything, contributed to your church and everything. Now that he has come to ask, now you answer that because you've died with the devil. So, for me, it's quite unfortunate, but why it does not pain me so much, why I'm probably not as disappointed as you, is that I know that the redemption of Nigeria lies solely in the hands of Nigeria. I think that's my only comfort every day. In fact, that's why I've said going to 2027, I would also do my best to say what needs to be said, what Nigerians need to hear. So no one will come in 2027, after 2027, if we collectively, all of us, do not do what we need to do. And somebody now come to 2027 and say, I thought I'm the last person, that if we do not do what we need to do in 2027, we can swear kiss Nigeria goodbye. In fact, I said the only way will make me talk about 2020, 2031. The only way will carry me command for anywhere. And that's if we do not do what we need to do in 2027 to chase these people out of power. The only way will carry me command now. Maybe if Congress will decide to run, I'll say, because I've sworn, I've told myself that whatever it is in 2021, Kwankwaso is going to be special support because he was able to, at the very least, understand what Nigerian needs at this time. Now, don't you carry me talk, and obviously, I may not be able to give myself the way I would have given to Peter Obi, but at least I will contribute. Even if I have to go vote for him, I will go vote. But in 2027 is a pivotal decision here, because if in 2027 we do not take our country back, honestly, I've said this before, what we'll be begging for that time is, should Tinubu we will now be in between two options. We will now be praying that Tinubu should not do third term directly. He should do his third term indirectly. Indirectly means he should give us an anointed candidate and not be the one to do it himself. Because I can tell you for free, make you not say nobody tell you, because a lot of things that is happening in Nigeria today, I think that we talked about them post 2023, pre 2023. We talked about them, and it is happening. I remember on this space when NC said that Donna is going to jokingly get to one side. All of us, I won't feel like some of us people thought, it's too far, we may not get there, but we know what you mean, But I play, Donna got to east. We were here, we were different, even up to solid minerals, we were here. So don't say nobody told you. I am telling you, if we allow these criminals come into power, don't think, because people will say, Obasanjo tried it, Obasanjo did not succeed, you are joking. Obasanjo tried it with a Senate that know what they were doing. Obasanjo, currently, Opus Odima and Ababi are talking for Tinubu for who will be, they are trying to impress Tinubu on who will be the best rubber stamp if he's able to rig himself in 2027. If he's able to successfully, because he's going to try to rig himself, if he's able to successfully rig himself, Opus Odima and Oshomole, that's the issue between Oshomole. I'll tell somebody recently that you may see Oshomole and Ababi like they are quarreling. And you think, because Oshomole dragging Ababi, it's a lie. The quarrel that they are quarreling is internal fight. It's for the biggest tracker for Tinubu. That quarrel they are quarreling. It's not for Ababi. Oshomole is not all of a sudden trying to drag Ababi because of Nigerians. The quarreling is for who will be the best rubber stamp for Tinubu in 2027 if he's successfully rigged himself, because it's not going to win 2027. It's only plan A, plan B, plan C, plan A to Z is rigging. It's rigging. So the question is, will he be successful in that rigging or not? Which is what to carry me to the last point on this topic, PVC drive. Now, PVC collection is going to end in, the third batch of PVC collection is ending next week Friday, 10th of July. And what I've just said, because to be honest, I try not to say this openly most of the time, so it doesn't come up as trivializing, but I'll just say as much as possible. I've said it before, a couple of times, that please go and register people for PVC as much as you can. Kudos to P.O. Menchik and my brother, I'm always forgetting his name. A couple of our brothers that have been doing PVC drive here and there. Kudos to every one of them. Please, if there's someone that you still need to remind to go and register for PVC, and ever to register, complete registration, do the online part and go and do the capturing before Friday next week. Please go ahead and remind them. After Friday, to be honest, someone said my mind. Don't take me serious on this anyway. Someone said my mind. I just want us to get past that Friday next week. So that, because the truth is that the important part is just to have as much additional PVCs for 2027 as possible. It is not because it's the PVCs that will get to 2027, between now and 2027 that will make Peter Obi win or Tinubu league. But it's just really because the more the PVC, the more the merrier. Because by virtue of what is on ground, even without any PVC collection today, Tinubu cannot win an election. The only way Tinubu can return is by leaking. And the only way Nigeria can stop it is by resisting that leaking. By full force, by fire, by force. That is really the only way. That is really the only way. I don't know how best to emphasize this, but that is really the only way. And I can tell you that people have been putting effort into how we can help ourselves protect our votes on that day. I have said 2027, the good thing about 2027 is that we've also learned lessons from 2023. I've told a couple of people that I'm not really interested in, not interested in what, like, I'm not so, like, vehement and pushy about INEC because I'm not interested in INEC. I know INEC is not going to be the source of the victory in 2027. So I already considered INEC a biased umpire. I don't need to say I already considered it. They are a biased umpire. So for me, I don't even want them to come and be selling useless hopes to us, like things that, oh, don't worry, we are going to this election, we are going to win back your trust, which they will say all these people election. We are going to win back your trust. This time we put in different processes in place that's going to stop rigging. We put blah 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 blah. Of course, some people that if I like me, they're not transferring to zone. If they like me, if I don't do the election manual collation thing, I don't mind. But it is important that in 2027 we tell ourselves the truth that what is required to take back this country in 2027 is rig and buy. Like, by all sense of the word. By all sense of the word. And that's really where I'm going to land my plane, because I've said it before now. I might sound like a broken record. But even if it's one person that was not here in last Vawulence Space and that person is here today and have to hear it, then you have to hear it that in 2027, if Nigerians can summon, like Saddam has always said, it's 4 days or 5 days for 4 years. If Nigerians can summon the courage, if Nigerians can do what it takes for that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, let's even give it 1 week max to resist this current establishment, then I can tell you for free, that they can only try. They will not. They can only try. They will try, but always the power of the people is going to always be greater than the people in power. So on that note, I'm going to again welcome everybody to today's space, and we're going to have a beautiful conversation. If you just came in, reminder, do well to repost the space, or if you just joined the live on Instagram, do well to also share the live. It's very important for us to get more people in here. We try to go between TikTok. I know Saddam already said he has a couple of speakers. There are a couple of speakers on TikTok. So just like we did last time, take a couple of speakers here from X Space as much as possible, because there's always more requests than you can take. But take a couple of speakers here on X Space, and a couple of speakers on TikTok as well. But please do well to repost the space. And I'll remind you again about smart ballots. Please, if you've not registered on smart ballots, or if you've not heard about it, please do well to register. And not only register, do well to register, start to mobilize people within your reach, within your polling units, within your ward and order. Start to mobilize people on that system, because that system is key to how best we can protect our votes in 2027. It is key, and in the coming days we will start to find out some of those things. So thanks to everybody for joining this space. Saddam, I don't know if there's something else you want to keep in before we start to take the call.
No, nothing much. I've said a whole lot, my brother. Thank you. Let's just push it on, because let me just make this announcement. Please, guys, on TikTok, I see people requesting for the mic. Please, when I bring you guys up, for those that are not conversant with the conversation, because I don't have a topic up here on TikTok, it's just a live stream. We are streaming, maybe it's not the conventional TikTok show we host. We're streaming right from X, but we're going to make sure that everybody can contribute to the conversation, whether you're on X, you're on TikTok, Facebook. For today, I don't think we're going to be able to bring people from Facebook, but I think just TikTok and X for today. But please, if you want to contribute to the conversation, we're talking about the Badger Gate. Also, guys, let's even make that Badger Gate trend, please. Let's make tweets with the Badger Gate hashtag. I think we should trend that today, please, guys. Everybody just make a couple of tweets with the hashtag Badger Gate. Let's put it out there. Just make tweets with it. So we're talking about the Badger Gate scandal that's currently rocking the Tinubu's presidency, and also we're talking about the state of the nation vis-a-vis what is happening with our daddy GOs coming out to, speak and talk on behalf of the presidency, and tell from Daddy Adeboye to Kumuyi. That's just where the whole conversation is circling around. So whatever I want to say, whatever part of the topic you want to talk on, please join us as I open up the mic right now, we're passing the mic back to my brother from X, Well in Nigeria. We on TikTok, please. I see your request. Please, when I bring you guys on, please just make sure you keep your mic closed, and we'll make sure everybody can have a chance to speak. Welcome back to you, please.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Again, big shout out to those of you on TikTok. In case you are wondering, we are, some roughly 300, 400 persons here on Twitter saying hi to you guys there. And, even on Twitter Live or X video, close to 200 persons over there as well, saying hi to you guys there as well. All right, quickly, let me take a couple of speakers. Please, if you come on the speaker section, do well to raise your hand so that I can be sure you are close to your phone or you are ready to speak. Although I kind of gathered that the recent version of Android, some version of Android have issues with raising hands. So, but if you can't raise your hand, just be alert, and I'll come to you as soon as possible. I'm going to start with our big auntie here. Health is wealth. I know she was one of the first persons to come up, actually. So I'm going to start with health is wealth. Then from big auntie health is wealth, I'll go to Ayo Bola, and we will take it from there. Auntie Adenike, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, house. Thank you for hosting this space today. So I'll start with Baja Gates. Tinubu's government is as corrupt as they come. They are very, very corrupt. I don't know what cause they are. Maybe it's sharing, like my brother just told me now. I said, what was even the cause of the matter that everything now became exposed? He said it was sharing formula. So sharing formula caused their kata. The minister for technology, remember that he resigned. He resigned because of his certificate. And so yesterday they said ICPC, DSS or whoever handed him over to ICPC. So I was thinking, ICPC is financial crime. What is ICPC doing with his matter? Then on Arise, they now said, they arrested him because of certificate forgery and the way he handled affairs at the ministry, meaning corruption. So they have a way of using semantics to deceive Nigerians. They went to collect loan from World Bank again. They said, they are World Bank, they have this arrangement, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking to myself, it's loan now. God bless Rufai this morning. Now said, why are they using all this grammar? It's loan. Because they know Nigerians they've been harassing these bodies that give them loan. That's why they now said, okay, then let us call it loan. Tinubu's government is very, very corrupt. What comes to mind is when he said Ebiloko, he's told us it's his turn to steal money, to loot Nigeria's money. It's his turn. So the only job Nigerians have this 2027 is to vote this man out. And it has to be a game of numbers because this man, he will not leave. And he's planning everything to make sure that he comes back. And they will rig. So the only way we can outdo them is by numbers. It's a game of numbers. If we outdo them with votes, there's no way their rigging will count. Because we have seen all this by-election, the one that they did recently. Some humongous numbers. The way they were calling APC's numbers. Tinubu's government is a very, very, very useless government. Very, very useless. This Lagos Coastal Road, when someone told me, my friend on X told me that the road is elevated. That's why all the water is washing into spoiling people's houses. I'm like, elevated. I didn't understand what he meant. One boy now did a video. It's called Lagos Reporter. People should go on his page on Instagram. He now showed area view of that coastal road. I'm thinking, where do they elevate road? Above people's houses, that to be now above people's houses. So the water washing from that coastal road is washing into people's property, people's lives and livelihood. I said it is not bridge now. So why did they elevate? So only God knows how much concrete they've used to block all the wetlands in that area. So, and he's wasted how many trillions of naira on that road, only for it to be destroying people's lives and livelihood. Tinubu is a very wicked man. He's a very, very wicked man. I yield the mic.
Thank you very much, Auntie Adeleke. See, this thing, what Auntie just said. Now, actually, yesterday on Emir Salam's show, one of our sisters, I think her name is Zini, came and gave a detailed analysis. A matter of fact, from my analysis, I don't know if she's an engineer, but from my analysis, I can tell that she's probably a structural civil engineer. I could tell. She gave a detailed analysis and sounded a warning like a prophet that Lagosians, because remember we think, that Lagosians, you guys should get ready, especially for those close to that coastal road. People don't know what Tinubu has done. Tinubu and Umai. So that's why Saddam said it earlier that they did not do any environmental impact assessment on that road. So Tinubu is hell-bent on destroying Nigeria. And it's very intentional. It's not by mistake. Tinubu is not destroying Nigeria by mistake. He's hell-bent on destroying Nigeria. That's what it is. I'm going to Ayobola. After Ayobola, I'll come to Nehemiah before we see if we can take somebody from TikTok or a couple of us from TikTok. Go ahead, Ayobola.
All right, thank you very much, well meaning. Yeah, good morning to everybody. Good morning, Emir Saddam. Good morning, every Nigerians out there. Regarding the conversation for today, is it not so appalling and abysmally disdaining that Nigeria is as it is today, 2026, talking about all this balderdash that is bedeviling the nation? How can you tell me that an individual can just walk into a CBN bank and open an account? Let us face the facts and the reality. The reality behoves on all of us. The facts there is simple. Tinubu knows about this scam. He was in the off. He was in the know from the beginning. He gave his approval for it because you cannot have a line in the budget of Nigeria without the knowledge of the presidency, because the presidency presents the budget to the National Assembly. Now tell me, how can you tell me that the presidency did not know about the scam? They are all involved in it. Let us face the reality. The reality that everybody in this Tinubu's maladministration, they are all criminals from head to toe. I am not trying to sugarcoat it or mollycoddle the truth the way it is. The fact is here before us. They are all criminals from head to toe. Tinubu, drug lord, Kashim Shettima, terrorist apologist, excuse me, Akpabio, Mr. Off Your Mic, all of them from even Femi Gbajabiamila, scammer, Akpabio, the governor of Ogun State, credit card scammer, all of them from head to toe, they are all criminals from A to Z. Now, moving forward to Adeboye. Adeboye is a Yahoo man now. Proper Yahoo man, and a Taiwan rice dealer. I will not say more than that. Because it is very evident what he went to do in the US most recently was PR reports, side up, and soft landing to curry support from the Christian base in the US for his Taiwan rice business partner. Who is that? Tinubu. Because tell me, you went on prayer walk under Jonathan. You're not doing prayer walk under Tinubu. You are saying he has done a spit. That screams a whole lot of hypocrisy, stenching hypocrisy. And he's not even hiding this anymore. Right from the time of Lekki 98, that they did that diversification, I've been smelling a whole lot of political undertone in that man's movement. Because tell me, after Lekki 98, what happened next? Election 1999. Look at the massive support Tinubu got through his own angle also too. So it was all calculated from head to toe. Now, moving further, it is evident on all Nigerians that whether we like it or not, the future of Nigeria lies in our hands. Whether I want to continue to allow these people that have enjoyed good life in their past under a working Nigeria to continue to ruin Nigeria for us. I mean, look at the level of disdain that useless Jezebel has for Nigerians, to be telling Nigerians, be fine, kuli, akara, and all that. And in the end, you are giving your own party leaders, your own party women, motor, cars, humongous amount, calling money like as if every money she's donating is her money. Please tell me, where and what has Remi Tinubu done in her life before she came into politics for her to have amassed so much humongous gargantuan amount of money? What was her non-office apart from politics? Zero, other than cocaine, narcotics, and drug lord. Then there was a conversation earlier that Saddam briefly breezed into, and that is the Chagori conversation. Let us be realistic. All the criminals that were behind the scene, that worked in bringing down Abiola ITT, Abacha military dictator, all of them that were behind the scene, then government today. Who is the current Minister of Budget and Finance of Nigeria? Your guess is as good as mine, Atiku Bagudu. Who is the current president of Nigeria? Your guess is as good as mine, Tinubu. Who is their godfather that is controlling the cabal that is in the presidency today? Your guess is as good as mine, Chaguri. I mean, how can a nation progress when criminals are in power? A nation can never progress. Peter Obi said one time that word is sacrosanct. He said, for it to keep corruption, at least if you and a member of your family are not stealing from government money, you would have eliminated corruption by at least 50%. Look at today, we have office of the first lady, office of the first daughter, office of the first son, office of the first grandchild, office of the first granddaughter, office of the first husband, office of the first yeah. What is all this? Anyway, thank you very much for the conversation, and I really hope we get it right in the next election. And on this note, I yield the mic. Have a wonderful day to everybody ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ayobola. As in, it is. I was just here. It is what. So there's one angle I want to bring into this Shaguri thing, and this whole Shaguri, Bagudu, and Tinubu thing. It is why I love to scorn. Before when people talk about the fact that Tinubu was fighting for MK Abiola, Tinubu was on MK. That's the conversion from Nuradi. Tinubu was part of the people that set up that man for his early demise. People don't know this. People don't know this, but the truth is that Tinubu, oh God.
Tinubu was insider in the Nadeko now. And they carry information, go back Abacha. Yes. He has been friends with Abacha for long now. He's a crook.
Yes. Tinubu, now why do they want some people to say, Tinubu fought for military for democracy? Who fight military for democracy? You know. The people that are closest to him, they gave some of the, first of all, like Abraham just said, and Saddam said in Shaguri. They wanted to give me some budget and plan, gave to Babu. It is continuity of whatever they were doing in Abacha's time. Let's replicate it. We are back, let's replicate it. Then you got to tell me, say, Tinubu was fighting with the MK Abiola. That's why someone that literally set the man up for his early death. Literally. Let me go to Saddam. Answer something.
No. Let's go.
Let me go to Nehemiah. After with Saddam, I'll come to you to get something.
Let me just a minute, please. Let me check. Yeah. Chillens, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, you come in next. Just stay put. Wait a minute, continue.
Yeah, Nehemiah, please go ahead. After which we will come to
Yes. Good evening, great and wonderful Nigerians all over the world. I will try to make this as quick as possible. I may not be able to delve into the other things, but please get your PVC register on the Smart Ballot app. It's very important because we have a country to save. Straight to Gate, because I believe that's the one that is currently rattling the presidency. If you look very closely, they have tweeted more times in the last few days than in the last few weeks combined. And I'm going to tell you why, because somehow somebody in their inner circle, Adeyemi, don't get it twisted. Adeyemi till tomorrow will shout that Peter Obi will never become president. He does not like all of you on this space. He's a Tinubu fan 100%, right? He follows the New Hope agenda with all his heart and soul and mind, right? And anybody that is telling you that the agency that they claim is fake is a liar, because that agency exists, was created. The PEAC was set up by Buhari in 2019, still is in active use. In 2026, information gets into they put together a budget for that organization. And again, nothing happens in that particular presidential cabinet without the express approval of one, Tinubu, and two, it cannot happen without the knowledge, or rather the facilitation of the chief of staff, in this case, Femi Baja. So it is impossible. In fact, I dare to say that Adeyemi himself is known by Tinubu himself, right? Put this on record if you want to. Tinubu knows the guy. Tinubu must have approved the appointment of that guy into that office, because in 2025, let me even bring this up. In 2025, they were planned as part of the budget, right, for 2026. We are planning something called the World Investment Summit that is supposed to happen in October. I exposed this on the TL yesterday, but I trust my federal government. They've gone to delete the website. The World Investment Summit is scheduled for October 14 to 16, 2026, organized by Femi. NTA reported on it. What's his name? Adeyemi went to different organizations, invited the ambassador of Thailand so that they can invest in Nigeria. Again, if this thing did not turn into the scandal that it is today, Tinubu will do infographic and add it to their yearly reports about the investment that they bring into Nigeria. Because this whole scandal is just simply family business that went wrong. Somebody wants to go and do they eventually got the 27 billion take-off grants, and somewhere somehow Baba Femi decided that no, this is according to Adeyemi, that my cut in this business is 48%, and Adeyemi says no, how can you collect 48% from me? Technically, maybe you go and collect 48% from social intervention. You collect from poverty alleviation. Oga, you say if you not retire, so 10% of 27 billion is too much. That's where the problem is. Now the mafia wants to, punish him. So that is simply what's going on here. And I will gladly help them stoke the fire that burns all of them down. Because if this is happening, like I said before, it is not possible that this happened without the knowledge of. So when people say Baja resign, is whether the problem. This is both, that's the problem. So they know themselves. Everybody knows themselves. And they're the ones that are doing this together, right? So they have exposed themselves. And it is time for Nigerians. I hope the Nigerians are taking record. Because I will say, okay, Nigerians, something about it right now. It may look like, oh, and Nigerians even with you. Ask the Nigerian on the street today. Go outside. Just go outside of your house and ask somebody. Tell somebody about this stuff. They will look at it like you don't know what you are doing. Like they are not interested because they have given up, right? Many Nigerians, but please, Nigerians, what we can do as Nigerians today is that we need to tell each other all of these things happening. Tell ourselves that the only way out of this is that we should support leaders that are not interested in this kind of corruption. Like Peter Obi has said many times, if you want to stop corruption, it must start from you, right? Your family members must decide to not be involved, and the people around you must not be involved. If you look at this mafia called APC, everybody around. So I will end up with this. Adeyemi is a known fraudster. Don't mind that it looks like Nigerians are supporting her. Yes, because of the position he's taking right now, he's helping us to expose the corrupt government. But he's a known fraudster. They know he's a known fraudster. They brought him in as a known fraudster. They helped him to facilitate the creation and the agency that they wanted to use to funnel 27 billion naira, because they know he's a known fraudster. Now the whole thing has gone bust, and now they want to punish him because he has refused to dance to their tune. I know that somebody died because of this. Let me say something that a lot of people do not even know. During the burial of this man, the nurse, I'm sorry, ma, but I'm not. The nurse that mentioned that was there when he eventually died, because he died of burns from a hotel fire that did not burn the building, but only burnt his room, allegedly. The woman, again, this is public information. The woman came and said that she told the man before he died, told her something privately. I don't know what it is. Again, that's information, that's public information. I'm hoping that the media will eventually go and do some form of investigation about this. And don't forget that these people are cleaning their tracks. So I will not be surprised if in the next few days things begin to disappear. Just so you know, as of yesterday, the World Investment Summit website that is supposed to be planned, that is planned in the national budget and planned for October 2026 has just been deleted. The website of that agency that was created in 2028 has also been decommissioned. So they will cover their tracks because they are a market organization and only Nigerians can save Nigeria at this point. I yield the mic.
Thank you very much, Nehemiah. Thank you for that. Omo. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy. All right, thank you very much, Nehemiah. Meanwhile, before I quickly go to Salam to get some speakers on TikTok, I just want to remind us, so if you look at the Jumbotron, there is a post about smart ballot. It's just basically 3 steps there. It says, step number 1, register for your INEC PDC. So if you've done that already, it means you take step number 1. Step number 2, join the Obi-Kwan Kwaso support group and connect with fellow voters in your PU, which is on smart ballot. Step number 3, volunteer to be polling unit agent in your PU on smart ballot. So I just say that to say, so first of all, even diasporans can register on smart ballot because there will be a role, from what I gather, that diasporans will have to play leading up to 2027. You know, with time, all that to be refined. But for now, let's get on smart ballot. And if you're in diaspora and you don't want to register yet, maybe by the time we say that rule, we might then want to register. Or by the time we made that rule becomes public and everybody understands, we might want to register. If that's you, please share it with your people that are in Nigeria. Share that entire post with your people in Nigeria and tell them to follow up on it. So that, because all this, we can't, the way we are, as we speak, we want to be acting going to 2027, because in 2027, we want to win. We want to resist the rigging. And that is all, because we don't want to end at just us talking. Thank you very much. So please just check the Jumbotron and just follow that link and everything like there. All right, quickly. Let me now let's go visit our brothers in TikTok. Saddam, you want to take some people from TikTok here?
All right. Chilen, if you can hear me, please, you have the mic in 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Please, also just if you're speaking on TikTok, please just try and be use your earpiece. Sorry, use your speak directly to your phone. Your earpiece, the audibility is going to be a little bit low.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
And if you could just increase your volume, I beg.
Okay, I'll try to do my best.
All right, you're good enough. Good, please shoot. Welcome. You have 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to start with first things first. I want us to recognize Nigeria's potential. Yesterday, I went on Wikipedia. That's what I went on to check how many agriculture in Nigeria, and I found out that Nigeria is one of the biggest exporters of cocoyam, yams, cassava, other produce. I think cocoa, cashew, millet, sorghum, and some other agricultural produce. But we all export this agricultural produce as raw material, so we don't get any value from it. And I've been really disturbed by that. The fact that we have a population that needs to be fed, that needs all these resources. But nothing is processed in Nigeria. Even oil, that they are the biggest producers in Africa, we still do not. How is it that oil that is in Nigeria?
Children, sorry, I have to just interject. Sorry, please. Sorry, what you're saying is making sense. But I just want to ask you, do you know the topic we're talking about today?
Yes, the Femi Bajamila Gates.
All right, go on, please.
Scandal with Femi Bajamila. Well, concerning that, Tinubu stole. I have kept track of how much loans Tinubu, and I've lost track of how much loans Tinubu has taken, and nothing is being done in Nigeria. And it's very painful to me because yesterday, or a few days ago, my brother, because I stay in America and he schools in Nigeria, and he's studying computer science in Ogun State, and he was begging me online that I should try and increase his money. That he only eats like 2 meals a day and makes use of his provision. And I felt very bad because I'm over here. I cannot go less than 3 meals a day. I must eat my 3 meals a day. And to think that a student in Nigeria that's meant to be learning and acquiring skills for survival is begging to eat 3 meals a day. And the most painful part was not even the fact that he was begging. It was the fact that he was saying he will manage. He will look for how to adapt to eating just 2 meals a day. So how will I just, personally, I don't even want, because if I'm to talk about Femi Bajamila, I have to talk about the ones that Tinubu has already stolen on his own. Before now, the billions on the coastal road that he has wasted and squandered. Whatever Femi Bajamila has done is nothing compared to what Tinubu has done within his first year. And so it doesn't make sense. My own is just to plead with Nigerians that we must not let Tinubu or anybody who's not capable of managing the country rule next year. That we must fight for this election to be fair to all Nigerians, so that people who are in school, students most especially, be able to see it. That's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, Nigeria, circle back to you, please.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alex, I guess. Thank you. Quickly, I'm now going to go over to, so McDonald, I know you came here. Let me just quickly say this, because I know I talked about smart ballots before we went to TikTok. If maybe you've tried registering and you have like any question, please do also, if you can't send me a DM and you want to ask maybe a question that you think is better said, you can request the mic and I'll entertain like your question, maybe get him up to respond to you, but that'll just be like on the side as well. That's if you are struggling and you can't send a DM. The DM will still be better anyways. Quickly, I'm going to check. McDonald, are you there? Because I'm going to go to McDonald. After McDonald, I'll come to Mr. Ken before taking it. But if McDonald, are you there? Okay, McDonald seems not to there. I'll probably come back to check if you're there. Mr. Ken, please go ahead. After Mr. Ken, I'm going to go to Wake Up Africa.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are joining us from. Saddam, well-meaning, I'm just here to encourage you guys. I think I've been every day logging on Twitter just to check when are we coming back to this Vawulence Space. And when I retweeted, what I just said today is the biggest headache of APC is back. So please, I'm just here to let you know that this Vawulence Space has always been the life wire of obedience, energizer, and the gospel. But I don't know what is happening today. We are sounding very nice. So this is not the Vawulence Space I know. Where is Sizzle? Please, you guys should bring that spirit of Vawulence Space. Let APC begin to feel it hot. Please, I'm here to tell you guys, Saddam, please give us a timetable going forward. when are we converging? Because this place is the place where we come to share the gospel. And if we remember the last election, we were even more current than the media. All this arise and we are taking news from us. Please bring back that spirit. Bring back that buzzwords. Let us do what we are known for. Violence. Let APC disappear from Twitter because we are back. Please, I'm here to tell you, this spirit should continue. So that all those people that are claiming that they are obedient or whatever will know that the original obedient are back. So that's me submitting to say, well done, bring it back and let the spirit flow more. Thank you. I just laugh. Mr. Ken. Oh no, it's nice to have you.
Oh, brother. My brother, there's something that is called growth. We dey try grow now.
Forget this growth. Let's bring back the regional Vawulence Space.
Oh my goodness. But I've been back for the past, I think I've been back. This should be like the 5th episode. We have been back for the past 5 weeks now. I think, right? I think 5 weeks or 4 weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, this is share the timetable for us.
No, just for now, we're just operating once a week. Just only on Thursdays for now.
Once a week on Vawulence Space, but Saddam is on TikTok Monday to Wednesday.
If you want more of the Bible, I host my own TikTok live just approximately 10 p.m. Nigerian time. That's at the end of the day. We just do 2-3 hours, then we go and sleep. So guys, I do Monday to Wednesdays, and on Thursdays we do the Vawulence Space. For now, when we start getting, hopefully by the grace of God, when we start getting into the electionary season itself fully, and the need be for us to increase the velocity of violence which is happening on X, will increase it. But for now, just so that we can build momentum. You know, the guys, you go rush in something and you go rush out. And I don't want to burn. They will have to conserve energy, because God knows going to electoral season is going to be war. We're fighting war against a system that must go. So I'm trying to let's build the momentum gradually as we come out small, in our numbers gradually. Hopefully by let's say September, October, November, wherever we're going to catch fire, we can have maybe increase the velocity to maybe 2 or 3 times a week, as the case may be. But for now, just Thursdays, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. But if you still want to join the conversation, I host my TikTok show on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Nigerian time. My brother, thank you very much. Good to have you. Many of now will be OG Vawulence. Now just go hibernate. I know I saw your request. I said, sick. You guys just left us after the whole stuff, but it's good to have you guys back. Please, we're back. We're back.
Sorry, let me give you the information. I had 2 new more twins, and my hands are so full.
Woo! Congratulations, my brother. Congrats. Congratulations. Good to have you here, my brother. Thank you. Welcome back to you.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Mr. Ken. And please be coming up. And I like those your submission that year. Very. Vawulence Space, Saddam is supposed to prepare certificates. You know, to say Vawulence Space, they give certificate of learning.
I swear.
Certificate of learning. People graduate from Vawulence Space. Go.
I was writing a book on the Vawulence Space, right? I just got at the point I got stuck. I just got tired. I suppose I released this our book like last 2 years. I just stuck because at the time things, when you look at people that have passed through this platform, people that were made through this platform, people that the kind of information I've passed through here is just mind-boggling, So hopefully let's just keep doing what we have to do. I know that it's for a reason and it's for a season also. I just hope that we don't do this beyond 2027. I pray. Maybe 2031 is probably, if we're doing 2027 beyond, it's just to be holding the new government accountable, making sure that they're doing what the deliverables that they promise to deliver on. And preparing to make sure that we have a country of accountability. I will not be expecting that to become president and I come and go and sit back and watch him destroy Nigeria. I'll open space and be dragging him. I'll be his number. And I'm going to hold on for blockers. Go breathe. Right? That's the only thing I'll be using the Vawulence Space for going forward, because our job is to make sure we have a country that works for everybody. Well, thank you, my brother. We're back to you.
Yeah, that's just now. And the tell some people, say, what I look forward to the most after Peter Obi becomes president is the dragging. And not dragging say not do something where he wants it. It's dragging say, you say you go do 15 kilowatts or megawatts rather by this time. And don't day 40.5, that 500 major top, that 5 major top, it must complete. That's I'm looking for when you know someone that is in power and you know that you can this person naturally he will not sleep. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. So thank you very much, Mr. Ken. We are here, like Saddam said, and let me just say this, please. Saddam they announced TikTok live as I say like now optional, not be optional. For those of you that if you can't wait for Thursdays, because sometimes I feel like sometimes I understand Thursdays can look like this Thursday, next one is the next Thursday. What is keeping me is actually Monday to Wednesday. And me, I've never been on TikTok. I saw Saddam is here. I saw that I've never going to. I was saw that I was never going to. Like I did not like TikTok one bit, but nobody tell me say no TikTok. Even when I reach there, what I see, the past now there I know say,
glow.
If we don't take over this place, or at least if we don't bring the narrative, because the truth is that if the people that know the right thing are silent, it's not that there are no people on TikTok that know that Tinubu is a failure. But if the loudest person in the room will take everything. So the loudest people there were big gods, were people that will come and lie about APC. Very big, the liars with the TikTok, they're the gym in lies. So it's important for you to also go there and see how some APC people are being exposed. So, Mr. Ken, there you see some of the bad moves that you are referring to. Thank you very much. Quickly, I'm going to check again. McDonald, if you are not there this time, now this last session, if I'm going to get it next time. McDonald, are you there?
McDonald, can you hear him? Maybe you know the hear of this thing.
Yeah, it's possible though. Yeah.
No, let's move on to the next speaker.
Yeah, okay. So I'm now going to go to Wake Up Africa. After Wake Up Africa, I'll come to Ade Omojola, then I'll come to Everyday Gloria.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Evening, well-meaning, Saddam and everyone else in the house. Thanks for coming back and hosting this Vawulence Space. It's been a while. I've obviously been following, but all I've been doing is just listening and then trying to digest and try to think about the way forward. Anyway, let me just go straight to the point. Baja Gates. You see, just today at work, I was discussing with having this conversation with a few people who I know knows the truth about what is going on with this current man that we have in Aso Rock. But for some reason, some Nigerians just don't want to. They know the truth, but they just don't want to say. So the thing there is that it looks as though, Tinubu and his Lagos boys obviously came to, they brought their cry to Aso Rock. And whenever you mention that and try to point it out, all you get from people, I don't want to, be personal. There are people who just, for some reason, no matter whatever these individuals do, they just want to tell you, give you reasons why their actions can be justified. But the point is this. You see, when this man started trying to, say that the guy that is there is a criminal, that the president doesn't know him, I think due to the followers that APC people have, they now think that the rest of Nigerians are just ignorant or outrightly dumb, that we cannot be able to, critically analyze an issue and get an answer. And I'm thinking, is that how dumb these people think we are? That you cannot read between the lines and know that this guy has arranged these things. These are a kind of a way through which they siphon money. And now, when the agreement is no longer being adhered to, or he became so greedy that he wanted more, and the guy now said no, they now come out to tell us that, that guy is, excuse me, how can an individual I think everybody here will be asking the same question. How can an individual not just float such kind of, I don't know, thing within the federal government, right? And also insert his budget, his monetary budget annually into the annual budget of Nigeria as a country. And then you want us to say, oh yeah, these guys are so innocent, this guy must be a criminal, let's crucify him. No. And besides, somebody mentioned it today, someone who's privy to whatever transpired between Majabe Amila and the guy, Zia Adeyemi or Adeni, whatever incident is, died mysteriously in a hotel. And we know what these guys can do. I think it's gotten to that point where, our voice needs to get louder. And that we need to begin to make this understand that, look, we are not all in the same, we don't fall within the same category of APC followers and APC supporters. We know what is going on. So you cannot bully us. It's quite sad that we can find people who are actually following and supporting this man, trying to defend them. It's very sad, but that is the Nigeria we have today. But something has to be done, because if we fold our arms and keep quiet and say, oh, well, business as usual, these guys will continue and do what they want to do. Tinubu and his Lagos boys doesn't care about what happens to Nigeria. All they care about is that they spend 8 years and in Aso Rock and whatever happened to Nigeria. They don't care. They don't give, these guys don't, honestly, they don't give a freaking fuck about how you people feel, whether you feed or not, whatever happened to you, they don't care. And that is just where we are at the moment. But we will continue to raise our voices and begin to challenge them, for them to know that we're not all done. We're not all APC supporters. That is one. On the other hand, as regards to Daddy Gio, and not only him, I will also take a swipe on Kumi who also made a comment. You see, it's good for people to say they are, I don't know whether it's a self-proclaimed men of God. Adeboye went on and say that if the commander-in-chief gives an order and goes to sleep, and the military refuses to carry out the order, do you expect him to now wear khaki and go to fight? And I said, really? Isn't it the same Adeboye who was petitioning Goodluck, who was saying bring back our girls, who was saying that Jonathan should resign, or who was raising placard and so? What exactly is going on with these people? I strongly believe that we'll have some obedience that attend these churches and stuff like that, and people who have relatives. People should, begin to boycott these people and make them understand that, listen, we know that you guys are in bed with these people, but for freaking sake, why don't you just say the truth for once? For some reason, these guys in their end, their end days, still want to stand upon platforms to tell lies and to lie through their teeth, that they cannot see that this man is outright corrupt and incompetent and not able to deliver well, obviously it's a stolen mandate, we know that. But the thing is, now that he's there, the simplistic principle of governance, which is to protect life and property, he cannot offer that. And even the man went ahead to say, you know what, if not because of my prayers, Naira would have been 5,000 to $1 today. But because we prayed, Naira is still standing. Like, honestly, these people,
it's crazy.
If you are not strong, these individuals will begin to make you to doubt yourself. You actually begin to think, am I really sane or not? Because how dare these people stand and say they are men of God, and this is how they respond to serious issues in the country? It's really concerning, and it's worrying, considering the amount of people who listen to them. It's really mind-boggling. I think we need to increase the volume, and that people need to begin to boycott these churches, because I have for a very long time, I have decided not to go to anything Nigerian pastor churches. I don't do that. I'm sorry if that offends anybody here, but that has been my decision for a very long time. Because I just don't feel comfortable with what is going on. You cannot tell me that you have a country where you have thousands of pastors that are so stinkingly rich and things are going wrong and they cannot speak out. And then every Sunday people will still go and gather under their pulpit and still give them offering. For God's sake, no. I think I cannot be doing that. But anyway, I thought it was just one thing. Another thing again I'm thinking about is this. You see, regarding the registrations, I think we already know the importance of this. I'm just going to round up now, Welmy. To be able to do what we did the last time. Continue all those that you send money to if you are in diaspora, everyone who listens to you, who obeys you, your families. I think it's our responsibility to ginger them up so that they can go and get their PVCs and ginger them also. Tell them what we know about going to vote in numbers and how they'll have to be prepared and not lose hope to say our vote doesn't count. Their vote counts, and that is our response, and that's what we'll have to do. So I'll leave it there for now. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and greetings to everyone. Thank you, Emir Salam, and well, God bless.
Thank you very much, my brother. Wake up, Africa. I just scroll. Sometimes I know the easily scroll down space, so I just scroll down this space. Men and women of substance. Big shout out to you all, old and new time violencers. And I was tempted to call some names, but the problem is that if I call some names, you guys are too many for me to call. Thank you very much. Wake up, Africa. You shared a very salient point, and that is key. I think APC is treating Nigeria like, in dealing with Nigerians, APC considers Nigerians like the way they see their supporters. No, APC supporters are very dull. Honestly, I think the dullest set of people we have in Nigeria. The dullest set of people we have in Nigeria. And this is probably a compliment to some of them. The dullest set of people we have in Nigeria are APC supporters. And me saying dull is just because I don't want to sound insulting, like just to, maybe I say just want to insult person, but, and I mean dull by all sense, and I mean dull, their IQ struggle between idiot and moron. That level. There's in IQ there's idiot, then there's moron. So you now get to some other point, get to idiot. Their IQ is between idiot and moron. So I think APC government deals with the whole of Nigerians. When they say all this, they are live. When they say all these things, they think they are dealing with their supporters. So they just think. So for example, when Remi Tinubu the other day was saying Akara, and he thought he was dealing. He thought the people. She thought our audience. I support us as their supporter. Like that's what she's thinking. No, our audience now, they will not say anything wrong with saying, as a bold statement. I mean, even if you do that kind of giveaway, even if you do that kind of whatever I say you did, you get 50,000, it's not something you come and say outside. You hide it. You hide it. So I think that's what I bring it to, because it's a good explanation for why they do what they do. They think most Nigerians are like their supporters, like just as dull as their supporters can be. So it's quite unfortunate, but it's left for us to show differently. All right, quickly, I'm going to go to Ade Omojola. After which I'll come to. So I can't see. Maybe I'm not. Hydra, your hand is not up. So I don't know if you exactly I was going to say. After which I'll come to Hydra. Ade, go ahead. Sit down. Oh no. What happened to Ade? Okay. All right, I'm going to go straight to Hydra. Hydra, please go ahead. After Hydra, I'll come to. Okay, Arize just came back. I know Arize was here earlier. After Hydra, I'll check if Arize is back.
Good day, everyone. Depending on where you're listening from, Emir Saddam, good day. Women in Nigeria, good day. I greet everyone. I see some people 10 over 10, God's win, non-conformist. Wake up, Arinze. I greet you now. Emir Saddam, thank you for this Vawulence Space which you did started again. Thank you for that. And also thank you for what you're doing on TikTok. Sometimes I do come here, so you're really doing a great job on TikTok. I mean, you're really doing a great job there. And in case of Bajamila, I don't understand the way you guys see all these things. You guys doesn't mention Tinubu. You guys say Bajamila, Adeyemi Bajamila. Why are you guys not mentioning Tinubu? Bajamila, whatsoever he is doing, Tinubu is aware of it. Tinubu knows that Bajamila is a full-time criminal and a scammer and a fraudster. So that particular agency that is functioning is on record. Tinubu is aware of it, and Tinubu is also collecting percentage from it. This is not an issue of Bajamila alone. Tinubu is aware of what Bajamila is doing.
Facts.
He is aware.
Facts.
He knows all these things. It's on Tinubu's desk that all this record passed through. When the guy hosted the Press World Summit, Tinubu was aware because one, ambassadors and investors from different countries came. Tinubu is the main head of this scandal. Baja is just his handyman. All this money, all this 400 million and the 48%. What Baja is a middleman. Baja is the middleman between Tinubu and Adeyemi. So whatsoever he gets, he push back to his to Tinubu. Because whatsoever Tinubu approves in that table for CBN to pay in, immediately he does that, he will tell Baja, look at my percentage. I won't present myself where Adeyemi is. So if you are talking about this scandal, please, let's go straight to the point and know who is in charge of all this. It's Tinubu. An agency functioning. It's on record. It's on record. Everybody, see, let me tell you, APC cannot gaslight me. APC cannot push me to believe that it's only Baja, that he is the only one that is running this. Tinubu is aware. Tinubu is a corrupt man. Go and look at his list, the list of his friends. All of them has fraud case, drug case in the United States and other countries. Go and check it. And these are his cartel members. These are his members of his cartel group. So they are working for him. Whatsoever happening, budget padding, everything that is happening, Tinubu is aware. So for Daddy G.O., I don't listen to all those ones, but I'm just worried because of the word. We have much ignorant Nigerians listening to him. Let me tell you guys what he did in the United States is lobbying. He went to do his own lobbying. Yes. Understanding that he went to do his own lobbying in the United States, and that is what he did. And it's left for us, we Nigerians, to stand against it. The ones that want a good and new Nigeria, it's left for us to do what? To stand against it, both online and what? Offline. Because this same Tinubu now that he's trying to that he's trying to wash. Remember, you guys should remember that they say Tinubu wants to visit the United States. So they are trying to do a grand job. They are trying to do what? Water the ground for him. And I know that after going there, APC supporters, you guys should hear me. If Tinubu steps into United States, he's going to do what? Expose himself. You see, this time around, everything is working against him. Every damn thing is working against him. So what Daddy G.O. did is what? He went there as a strong religious head in Nigeria. He went there to water ground for these criminal and drug lord. For this certificate forger, he went there to water the ground for him. And more people will still go there and they will keep spitting nonsense. So you guys understand it this way. And it's also left for us to fight against it. So obedience, I don't know, it will be good for us to enter into the national media, international media. Some of us that are more learned, that are outspoken, more and more, we should try to invite these medias and send some things to them so that we can go there and speak for ourselves. Because if you are waiting for anybody to pass all this information to the international community, you are wasting your time. You are the only one, you are the only group that is active. Obedient movement is the only group movement that is active. Both institutions and agencies, no one is active to save Nigeria. So it's only the obedient. So I'm suggesting that we should send some of us to this international media to talk. That is what they, you see what is happening in Gaza. That is what they did. So the world knows they were sending people week in, week out, whitewashing certain things, washing the truth and all that. And the world became aware of what is happening. So that is what we have to do. So I use the mic and thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adra. That was a very brilliant submission. You know, while you were talking, and you talked about the fact that Badger, like this money now that is collecting, it's literally Tinubu's money. It just reminded me of one of the news that kind of really didn't. I think when that thing actually happened, Vawulence Space were not fully returned. I can't remember, but like the news that really did not go far so much was that, I'm sorry for probably missed it, that APC so far recorded embezzled, APC governors had embezzled 800, close to 800 billion campaign fund. Imagine these people embezzling public funds for personal campaign. Then they'll come and buy city boy buses when we don't have ambulance. They'll buy city boy buses when snake bites is killing people in Nigeria. Snake bite because of lack of antidote. Come, like Temp used to say, we go this point where the point where I want to reach before 2027 election. I say, if an APC person is going to campaign, like he's going to their campaign ground, right? He will he go for the shirt, put the cyber, fear not let him get the shirt for road. Because these APC supporters, gas, they collect support the beat. That is where it has to be an abnormal for you to open check. Like you can support Tinubu in secret. Like you can, support, but for you to open chest there, it's supposed to be a crime. So when they want to come out, they don't care, not let them wear their shirt, go campaign, then now they are supposed to. Now if that one don't happen for Nigeria for election, now we not say, okay, hey, we are ready. Say person come wear shirt, APC, the waka idero, the waka go campaign. Not here, you waka successfully in each campaign ground. I beg you. It's just crazy, like the level of criminality. Because this money is what they have accumulated. All this 400 million, 200 million is what they accumulated to that embezzling for campaign. For election where you want to plan to leak. It's crazy. All right, thank you very much, Hydra. I'm going to go straight to Arinze. Arinze, I'm going to assume maybe your hands up.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, exactly. So after Arinze, I'll come to Ishola.
Sorry, please. Before Arinze go on, I just want to take this time because it just came to my head just to give a big shout out to the man called Alex Onia, that is doing exceptionally well for the educational sector in the southeastern part of the country. I've just been so blown away by these guys. What one person have done and is doing in a time whereby this just shows you see governance, right? Governance is not rocket science. Nigerians don't understand this and will say these things. One person has taken it upon himself and he's terraforming and changing the educational culture in a region. with no funding from the federal government, his personal funds, then probably some support here and there. He don't carry Nigerian students in the day room as we're speaking right now. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Ministry of Education, this same student qualified to go to China or Ministry of Education, Ministry of Education said they don't get money to sponsor them. It not feel better for Tinubu and APC. You cannot support APC. Your cost to your last generation, your generation will suffer. Tinubu thinks they're okay, but you see the smallest government, you will suffer. Your children are going to suffer. They're going to wonder what's happening. That the stupidity of their parents, the stupidity of waiting their parents support. Now you going to sell a car to when die. It is just insane. I look at it like, what will it cost a government to invest in the education? They will come and tell you he gave loan for NEL fund that less than 1 million people are benefiting from. And which, even if you check well, if you go check well, for this 50,000 people don't even collect that NEL fund money. And you now explain to them that how much was school fees before the NEL fund started. You give children loan, not that you went and say, okay, let's suppose that did you upgrade our educational facilities to a standard whereby children can say, let me even actually take loan to go to these schools. Nothing has been changed in the educational sector. Not one new university, not one new. Oh my God, APC and mediocrity. Yeah. I just want to shout out, please, if you see Alex, anywhere it's that guy tweet, I'm jumping on it. I feel the joy in my spirit seeing what that guy is doing. Let us change this Olodo mentality. We have to. Thank you, Jerry. Let's just circle back to the speakers, please.
Thank you very much, Saddam. See, as you just thought, I just remember that. And the thing I say, get obviously the space for topic. If there was an additional space for topic, it's Peter Obi's. You saw the outline Peter Obi gave yesterday for his plans for education in Nigeria. For those of you that have not read that tweet, and my only fear for that tweet what Peter Obi made yesterday. Now say Peter Obi don't allow this pressure of tell us how, come the talk now. Tinubu will copy this thing and want to do it wrongly. That's the problem.
1 minute, who is the Minister of Education currently?
Obi, I don't know him.
You can't know him now. You can't. I say, APC supporters, you cannot. At the top of my head, I cannot name this. Me doing current affairs, I cannot name 10 APC ministers. You can't name them because even them that complain that in their ministry, but another guy even said it on interview that many of them are using their own money to fund their ministry. All the funds for their ministry, Tinubu is stealing all of them. They're not working, they can't do anything. Tinubu just kept them at figurehead and using them to show their people, our brother and our minister of here. Nothing is coming to their ministry. Tinubu is stealing all the money, only him. A brazen kleptomaniac. We have here, if we get Tifre past Tinubu, after Tinubu go. You know, go see they go send Nigeria for eBay. Now eBay, you go say, because nobody go fit buy. Now eBay, they go auction us. He's stealing every ministry. No one minister will come and say, there's no, and they cannot hide it. They cannot say anything. Just because they have to stand on that mandate. Nobody knows the Minister of Education. I don't even know who the person is. A critical sector as education, the minister is not known. And this animal has want to come out in 2027. And if we make that mistake, we will see hell on earth. I beg, continue, I beg. I don't talk to you.
Yeah, I just talk about education. Why I just come my head. For any of you that have not read, like I was saying, the only problem is that Peter Obi, people that say, oh, let him tell us how, say you transform education, tell us how. He has now said, okay, he has now started saying, because in this tweet, I read the beginning of the tweet, and one more thing I say, sir, we don't need to hear how. Because now how? Now you go tell Tinubu, he don't know how you talking about the most subsidy, but he don't say, Peter Obi say one most subsidy. Yeah, we're going to move on now. That's what, now where we did today. Now, if you read Peter Obi's tweet of yesterday on his plan on education, when he talked about something about equality TVET, technical and vocational education system, as in, you know, to simplify what he said there, you know what I did? Because when he compared it to the German educational system, I went on air and asked, oh, what is the German dual educational system? Then you need to see, it's a vocational training model where students split their time between practical on-the-job training in a company and a theoretical instruction in a state-run vocational school. That is someone that thinks education. So imagine this kind of system in a Nigeria where Nigerians are already default smart, except APC supporters, except anybody that is supporting APC. Because for me, it takes a new level of dollars to support APC. I can't even emphasize it enough. Imagine you put this kind of system in place. He said the company, the trainee spends 3 to 4 weeks working in a company to gain hands-on real-world experience. Then the school, the trainee spends 1 to 2 days a week learning theoretical concepts. So you are schooling, it's almost similar. We used to have similar system in technical schools and all this kind of thing. And one of the benefits is it results in exceptionally low youth employment. So when we are talking about people that want to transform country, terrible criminal that just knows how to steal. All he wants to do is, okay, I will pretend as if I loan you 300,000, but I know your school is supposed to be 30,000. But I loan you 300,000. I increase the school fees to 300,000 so that I can loan you. So that the 300,000 I loan you, you will loan me back. But what I know that the education you have is only worth maybe 30,000. So the remaining 270,000, I will now loan it to somebody else. So that's why I said in the last space, I'll be saying that Tinubu is running with the Nelfon. Tinubu is using Nelfon to run Ponzi scheme. No pyramid system where you collect from one person, you now need to settle the rest. And collect all those the rest that you settle, you also collected money from them. That's what Tinubu is doing. It's why for me, Nelfon is the most flawed kind of loan. So then, I think not me just trying to rubbish it. I mean, I would have appreciated it if, okay, you upgraded the school system or you give loans or rather, you left the school fees as it is. But you technically increase the school fees so you can borrow people the money and they'll give you back the money twice. Because if they borrow you the money, who you pay the school fees to? Now still government to pay the school fees to. So they technically collected the money. But you still owe them 300,000 in debt. I don't know what anybody do now. I'm not going to say it's a very short systematic thing. Quickly, let me go straight to Arizi after which I'll come to Ishola.
Good evening, Saddam. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, from anywhere you are. Thank you for this opportunity. I've always been a listener on Vawulence Space. Thank God that I was able to speak today. So I just want to say something because I've been in a conversation where something like this will happen with this Baja scam, even during Buhari. There is this concept that this argument that some people may come up with will say that there is a cabal. I don't believe in cabal. They will tell you that there is a cabal somewhere that is the place, like some people wanted to paint Buhari a sense that everything that is wrong in the government, he was exempted. He was not aware. Every other people, there are some people behind him doing every evil, performing all the corruption, all the snakes, everything that is missing that he was not aware, all those things. They just want to exempt the man. Now, I was in an argument with some people, and this same thing come up again that Tinubu is not aware. There are some people that he have employed people that are trying to because he's an old man, that they are eating, they don't know anything about. See, my brother, there is nothing that is happening in that government that this man is not aware. Tinubu is a man that came to Nigeria to eat, to collect all the money. Okay, where do you think that all this money, all this rice that they are giving to as a donation, where do you think the money is coming from? Where do you think is all this money that is packing out that is waiting for? They are building houses for judges. How much do you think those houses are worth? All the money they are packing now, waiting for election, during the election, do you know how much they are already heaping, waiting for that time to come so that they can use this money to buy up everybody? So this man is aware of everything he's doing. He knows this particular case now. They arranged it. The bad thing is that the thing just came out and everybody is seeing it. And probably it's because of this guy that feels like they want to cheat him. It's not as if they are doing it out of the will of their hearts that, they want to expose the corruption in the government. Something must have gone wrong in their deal and the thing came out. And believe you me, there is a lot of corruption in this government that we don't know about. It's just that, I don't know, I feel like as in the way Nigerians are, and this thing now, if you look at the money they are calling, 400 million, 400, I think 400, 2 point something, 400 million. That is how much they are calling. Now we are talking about our school, students are supposed to go to China, and these people don't have funding. Now someone collected 400 million. One person collected 400 million.
And this is a point of correction. He collected 400 million first, another 200 million. That one is for just the bribe to get the position, for the man to get the position. Then he was not requesting for another percent out of 27 billion.
So tell me, what is these people using this money to do? What is this money for? Like, as a young man, you'll be like, if I get 1 billion, if I even get like 20 million, I'm made. What is these people using this kind of money to do? You collect 100 million, you collect 200 million, you collect 2 billion. All this money, what are you using it to do? In a government, in a place, in a community where you see that money can go a whole long way to change people's life. One person, and you think of it, every government that comes in, you hear of billions. These people are on. What are you using this money to do? You go to somewhere and you keep this money there. Probably tomorrow now they decide that okay, they will just lock the money up. Then you cease to have access to this money. Now, why can't these leaders bring this money to Nigeria and invest in our society? Okay, look at this man, Alex Oniana, that is trying to push students out to go and do it. What is so difficult for them to now build schools? I was listening to that man, I've forgotten his name, but Saddam brought him from Canada that was talking about how education system was when he was young. Why is it that there is no government who come and say, okay, we'll make sure that every school is renovated, brought to the standard, bring the recent curriculums, make sure that our students, their children, you don't need loan. There are some places that do free education. Government can fund this. They will make it look like it is a big deal. Why is it a big deal? Because they want to steal that money. That money that they will use and give and make sure that we have free education. They want to steal it. Nigeria can have free education, if not for university, but at least for primary school, secondary school. They can have free education, but they want to steal that money. That is how bad. And this one is just one sector. What about in the health sector? That's I think they said that they release about how many billions, but they have only gotten 25% of that money in our health sector. Where is the money? Where is the other one? So the money will just go. Nobody will talk. They will just the minister of health, everyone will just keep quiet. You will not get all your budget. What are we even doing? Nobody will resign. Nobody will be questioned. The Senate will just continue to move on. They will just say, oh, they will not receive. Where did the money go? This government is so corrupt. Like, when you look at the things that is going on, you'll be like, what the hell? Why is it that this is your own people? Why do you feel the need to be so wicked against it? It's like evil to your own people. Like, we need to do better.
Yeah.
And I thank God that my own generation, we are trying to, we are seeing that, okay, fine. I feel like young men now, everybody is striving for work. I just want to survive, get married, settle down. There's this greed with our leader that you see somebody want to grab the whole world, like you want to collect the whole money. Allocation for a state, you collect all of them. From a Ebonyi State, we heard that the first lady is building a hotel in just like Tinubu. What is your job? What have you done in life to have something like that? You are building a massive hotel in Abuja. This money you have not done anything in your life. You just became a government official. Somehow you can build a hotel of over billions. The thing is so painful that sometimes when you think about Nigerian issues, you'll be asking yourself, what is the problem? And besides, I wanted to talk about our leaders in the church.
Can you do that in 30 seconds, Avizi? Just briefly.
Okay, our leaders in the church. I feel like, I don't know why some people, maybe because of our nature, we are too churchious, more than even the people that brought church to us. We believe in that there is somehow God will come and save us, even if he doesn't save us, he will pacify us. Because if not that, by now we're supposed to even hold in our church leaders accountable. Because the truth is that all these things, all the leaders in Nigeria, if all of them come out together and say, if you don't do well, we'll talk about it. Anybody that doesn't do well, we'll talk about it. You will see that there's been an atom of sanity in our society. But every day, okay, look at our daddy Gio that is saying he has done his bits. But last time you conducted 1 million march. So what is the difference? So I yield my mic, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Avizi. Like the truth is that, like I said in my earlier submission, Tinubu does not have it in him. Like, I think I really wish people get this point that, so it's different if you are incompetent and but you see, if you don't have, if what you have is a criminal character, it's not something you can change. It's not something that you can overshadow with competence. You will only just be competent in criminality, even if you are too competent. That's what you will be.
My brother, please, I have one point that I just want to share in a few minutes.
My brother, no,
you see,
Arinze, we have other people to please just keep it for, please, brother. We have to pass on the mic to other people, I beg, and please just be patient, I beg. Let's move on. I can't. Today's piece have to end early, I beg, please.
Yeah. So Arinze, you can always come back, jump into that space to say that point, no problem. So my just about that for us to also we start reducing our expectations from these guys and think, oh, maybe they choose not to be wicked or be wicked. It's not a choice. It's just who they are. When someone tell you they are, believe them. All right, quickly, I'm going to go straight to Shola. After Shola, I'll come, so we can take a lead. I'll actually go to Rita. After which I'll come to Henry.
Good evening, Saddam. Good evening, Wemini. So this night, I'm here as usual. I'm sorry if you do not understand Yoruba. I want to address my Yoruba brothers tonight again. So Saddam, I beg, me na permit me. So ọ̀rọ̀ sí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà lórí bíbá yìí ni mo fẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀yin náà mo tún fẹ́ bá sọ̀rọ̀ lónìí. Lórí ó yẹ ká máa bá wa sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ni. Sórí owó tán kó jẹun bóyá tó o bá mọ bí 1 billion ṣe pọ̀ tó. Bóyá tó o bá mọ bí 1 billion ṣe pọ̀ tó, tẹ́ ń sọ bó ṣe pọ̀ tó fún ọ. Kó wá lọ jókòó, kó wá lọ ronú pé irú bó náà sí ilé ayé rẹ mọ́. Orí kò sógun kankan tí ń jà ogun tó wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ nísìnyí tí ń ba ayé ẹ̀ jẹ́. Tó mọ̀ pé òun lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ló ń gbàdúrà ogun. Pé ogun ìyálé kan ní ń jà, ogun bàbá kan ní ń sí ọ, ogun kíní kan kí ṣogun kan ní ń jà ọ. Ogun tó ń jà ọ APC ni. Tó o bá sì rí ẹ̀ tó ń support APC lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀, ogun tó ń ja ayé ẹ̀ ló ó yẹ kó máa lù wọ́n pa ni, ó yẹ kó lù wọ́n kó fẹ́ ṣe wọ́n léṣe. Ogun nìyẹn. Kì í ṣogun ìyàwó ìyá rẹ̀ kankan ò sí ọ. Ìyálé bàbá rẹ̀ kankan ò bọ̀ tí ní kankan. Àwọn tẹ̀ òjò ní tẹ̀síwájú. Àwọn tán wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tán support APC ni. 1 billion, tí wọ́n tó pé wọ́n ti máa ń sọ the way they call it, they call that money. I think that money has lose value has lose the face value. So tí 1 billion, you don't know how plenty 1 billion is. So a professor is collecting roughly 500,000 per month. To divide the 500,000 to your own 1 billion, you are going to be getting 1,666 approximately. And that means that what a professor will have to work. A professor will be the life for any professor. To 500K per month, you will have to work 138 years. So 138 years. You will go to one space to check in 138 years in the whole Lundia, was it Delia? And you can see one lay, board Delia, Reba, you should burn book, ocean book. Was in Paye, Jemon Paye, was it Doko, was it Dakesan Leone, Okan, Kulwasa, Yoko, really, Yoko. Nítorí ìwọ́dẹ ọmọkùn tó ń já òwò sí lọ jókòó tì ọmọkùn tó ń já òwò lọ jókòó tì tó wá rí ìwọ tó wá wà ní orí fèsì yìí tó ní dandanlá o APC ní ọ àfikíní kan ó ní dáa fún kò sì ní yí ọ nítorí tó bá jẹ́ pé yóò yí ọ ni ò ní máa sọ gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kó máa sọ ohun tó ń sọ ò ní máa sọ lẹ́nu nítorí tó bá wọlé ayé rẹ̀ bọ́ọ̀nà tí ní kó lọ máa tàkàrà kó lọ máa tẹ̀kọ́ kó máa ta àgbàdo ìyá rẹ̀ ru pọnpọ́n ó tàkàrà ní òjò ó mọ bó ṣe wàhálà tó wọn á rán lọ sí skul tán ó fagídí ó fi rán lọ skul tán ìwọ náà wá ṣe tán wọn á ní òwò tí ìyá rẹ̀ ṣe ń tó rántí ń gbà nígbà tó ń dàgbà lè ra tẹlifíṣàn nù lé torí pé ìyá rẹ̀ ń tàkàrà ó lè wo tẹlifíṣàn ó lọ nù lé níbọ̀ rẹ̀ lọ wo tẹlifíṣàn ni ó lọ nù lé wo tẹlifíṣàn ìyá rẹ̀ ó tún wá lù ọ́ lórí kó tó lọ wo sórí torí kó má lè bá gbérú gbé ayé bá òun nìyá rẹ̀ ò sì fẹ́ kó wọ́n náà tàkàrà tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò ní rán ọ lọ léèwé kò ní rán ọ lọ skul ó wá ṣe tán ìyẹntẹ omi tó wá pè ní ìyá rẹ̀ tó lóun tẹ̀lé ó wá ní tó kàn wọ́ o ní pé kí wọ́n ló máa tàkàrà àdókò máa ta kúlíkúlí àtàgbàdo wọn ní nǹkan tó yẹ kó lọ ronú ayé rẹ̀ wò dáadáa ó sì kéré ó lé ló wà àtàtì ATS tó ẹnìkan kò jẹ pẹ̀jáde àmì láàbí kí náà ń pè ó kó 1 billion ó máa tún máa 1 billion jẹ́ wà àtàtì ATS nínú ilé ayé rẹ̀ náà ti lò mo sì mọ̀ pé wọ́n gan tó mélòó ló ti lò gẹ́gẹ́ báyìí wá ti lò bí i 20 years already àbí wá ti lò bí i 30 years tó bá wá jẹ́ bí àwọn àdàgbà mọ́ dànù yẹn wá ti lò bí 40 àbí 50 mélòó ló ṣẹ́kù fún ọ lórí èkó ìpè tó ti wá bọ́ ọkọ̀ gbogbo ilé ayé rẹ̀ láti kó jẹ ìhun táwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ gan wọ́n ti lò mọ́ tó bá rí sáwọn àwọn bọ́dà mi tó jẹ́ kristẹni tó wà ní orí fèsì yìí èmi náà kristẹni lèmi náà kristẹni lèmi ní tí bíbélì mi sì fi yé mi ní wípé sórí lóòótọ́ Ọlọ́run lè ṣe kíni Ọlọ́run lè fún wòlíì ní anointing. A pastor can be anointed and you can fall for that grace. It is possible. And I will give you an example of several people in the scripture that were appointed and that were anointed by God and they fell from grace. Number one, you know the story, King Saul. That is, tó bá mọ̀ Saul, tó bá pẹ́ Saul tó ń rántí ní ti Paul. Sí Sọ́ọ̀lù ọba tó jẹ kó tó kan David ni. He fell from grace. Àbúrò gbọ́. So ó possible kí bàbá tá a pè ní bàbá Adébóyè Ọlọ́run lè máa lò ó tòótọ́ o. Ọlọ́run lè máa lò ó yìí sọ pé Ọlọ́run ò lò torí ìmọ̀ nǹkan tó wà tọ́lọ́run jọ di. Àwọn náà jọ mọ̀. I don't know what is between him and God. But with what I am saying, that man is of that grace. Is off it because ẹnìkan ò lè máa wo wọn lè máa jí ọmọ gbé wọn lè máa jí ọmọ gbé wọn jí ọmọ mélòó 40 ṣé 40 wá jẹ́ kékeré tó yẹ pé ẹ̀mí ìyẹn ò tiẹ̀ wá jọ lójúmọ́ kò possible náà wọn jọ máa gbé ìwọ wá gbẹ̀rù pọ̀ o lọ US bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ń sọ pẹ́pẹ́sẹ́ o ti ṣe nǹkan tí ó ṣe o ti ṣe bákan o ti ṣàwò kan ìtumọ̀ ni pé tó bá jọmọ tiẹ̀ náà tó jókòó tó ń lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì dédé tó ń lọ rìdíìmù dédé tó bá jọmọ tiẹ̀ náà wọ́n sì sọ náà nù pé president nǹkan tí ó ṣe ìwọ lọ́mọ ọ̀ràn yín mọ́ in fact wọ́n tún sọ fún ọ̀gá pé kó tó mówó kan wá kó lu alẹ́ bá àgbàdua rẹ̀ àbí wọ́n sì máa sọ fún ọ náà nù sórí lọ wo máa bọ̀ gbogbo in case you don't know máa lọ bọ̀ wo bí ẹ máa dárúkọ àwọn ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan fún ọ báyìí nísìnyí tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣe kíni wọ́n jábọ́ ní grace ní sódà tó bá mọ story wọn ó lè lọ wo story wọn dáadáa lórí number 1 mo ti sọ fún ọ pé kí n sọ̀lù. Number 2, Solomon, they man pariwo bọ́nà fún mi lọ́pọ̀lọ́ Solomon yẹn. Solomon too fell from grace. And that is, if you read the Lamentations, read Lamentation very well. Even in Ecclesiastes is there. The story of Solomon is there. How he fell. Go and check it. Jeroboam, or what do you pronounce it? King Jeroboam, he fell as well. Balaam, they fell as well. So it is possible that a man should be a man of God, and you can follow him right from one set. Right? For example, if you are from the southwest, you know Ajanoku very well. Everybody thought this person belongs to God. Until that one Saturday, pastor worshiping idol. And a lot of people are sitting down and they are hearing what this person is saying. Of course, when I see now, we just talk about Adeboye àti gbogbo àyà tó máa ń ṣe Ọlọ́run tó tó àárín wọn ló wà, but don't let them dictate what should happen in your life. Torí tó bá kàn ẹ́ wọn ní ìdílé lóhùn mélòó nù yín mélòó ó nìyẹn bó ṣe wà yẹn ṣe bí Ọlọ́run we are Christians, Ọlọ́run is all knowing, God can protect us. Ìwọ tó jọ́ mọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ wọn ní kó máa gbàdúrà fún protection, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn they are using God, they are using security men. Why did I gbé bọ̀dá ní báyìí? Gbé táwọn lọ́gbọ́n tó ti lè approach àwọn pastor yìí. Tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti Jésù wà lé ayé, obìnrin oníṣun ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó fọwọ́ kan tí a sọ Jésù nígbà yẹn. Tó bá jẹ́ pé if it is that way Jesus Christ was carrying entourage all around, that lady would not have found healing. Because there was no entourage. That was the reason why she was able to touch the hem or garment of Jesus Christ and he was healed. So but these days, your pastor see, kí náà ṣe pẹ̀lú security. Tó bá jẹ́ pọ́lọ́n ló ń sìn tó bá jẹ́ pọ́lọ́n ló ń sìn kí ló ń bẹ̀rù kú fún. Ṣebí if you are worshiping God, the whole aim is to go to heaven. So kò yẹ kí n kú máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ rú náà. Kò yẹ kó bẹ̀rù kú. Right? So why are you using all these things? Kí ló fẹ́ fi gbogbo wọn ṣe? In the time of àwọn èèyàn bí Babalọ́lá, láyé àwọn Babalọ́lá Adébóyè lágbára tó Babalọ́lá ni. What has Adébóyè jókòó ni? Babalola did all these things. It is there in the history. But you know one thing with Babalola, everybody can see that they see Babalola. Like his son, of course, you know the story of the wife. If you read the story of Babalola very, very well. Àwọn oṣù ọ̀pọ̀ àjẹ́, they were there. Benson Idahosa, they were there. Do you look at all these people? Did you even hear private jet Milu? How many mansions see? Look what I'm basing in Dausani, Babalola, King money. They don't even amount to wait. Chibuni can I'm a pastor in law, Peter Kinan, the Telon Swasilem, that was saying that it was throwing point to the Babalola that was the essence of serving God when they don't have properties, when they don't have weight. Is that supposed to be coming out of the mouth of the pastor? Even when Jesus Christ was letting the disciple, Jesus Christ said that what? Drop all your belongings and follow me. You know, in the case of Nigerian pastor, bring all your belongings and follow me. Give all your belongings to me and follow me. This is opposite of what Jesus Christ is teaching. This is opposite of what Jesus Christ is teaching. Lord, your master, wow, I don't say you should not pay your tithes. But even Jesus Christ, when they asked Jesus Christ, how can we give to God? What did he answer? What did he say to them? He said, when you are giving to the poor, you are giving to me. He did not say, bring that money and bring it. He did not say, when you are giving to the poor, you are giving to me. But this same person, let's say Covenant Sunday. When you look when you go say, I want to free. Let's say, monthly birthday. Let us say monthly birthday. Want to call boy lorun pe e gbodo ton ra nǹkan wá sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì kini kan kilo de go to Ibadan be go to Ibadan lọ sí Ibadan be yẹn ya nti àwọn ọmọ ẹlòmí that this is what the church is supposed to be known for. Is pé ká máa kọ́ bí de káàkiri ẹlẹ́fẹ́ ní gbogbo ẹlẹ́yẹ kírídìmù wà ní gbogbo gbogbo agbègbè one redeem per street. Is that what God sent you? Is God telling you to be building blocks all around? Is that it? What is the impact of the church? What is that? Attend the church attend the source. I'm a Christian and I will say to the core, I can face any other pastor. kò sí kíní kankan fáàní wọlé lánàá tí jù lọ ṣùgbọ́n mi gan mọ nǹkan tí mo gbé Jésù tèmi náà kéré Jésù kan náà la gba àwọn méjì Johnson tí o bá dẹ̀ wò tọ́lọ́ bá dẹ̀ sọ pé ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ní kú mi ti máa wá kò sí wàhálà àjọ pàdé lọ́rùn mo go the short term kò sí ẹpẹtẹ. You cannot tell me that what you know what Jesus Christ is teaching you and you be acting this way. Oza pastor náà òun náà dé oko shoot to $1,000. Yóò tún máa sọ ọ́nù ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì pé this suit that I bought is $1,000. Lójú àwọn wo ẹ wá ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ń wá aṣọ òyìn rere. This is not the ministry that Jesus Christ gave to us. Nah, this is it. Because the church in Nigeria does not even care about the poor. At all, they don't bloody care. Títí bó ṣe wà lónìí in church today, I will bust your bubble. Tí kí náà pé bọ̀bọ̀ yìí portable. Ìwọ tó jọmọ Yorùbá tí mo sọ tó mo bá sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o. Àti ìwọ tó jẹ́ Christian. You think you have been working inside that church. They have never for once honored you. Jẹ́ kí portable wọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì lónìí. Wọ́n á gbàgà fún wájú. Ó dàgbà tó dìde wà tó pàtẹ́wọ́ fún portable wà tó náwó sí báyìí. We still pray.
Abeg, wait. This thing we talk about portable, abeg talk am for English. I wan hear. I wan understand what you talk. I can resist the rest, but what you talk, so talk am for English. About portable.
No, me, I just dey talk fact, Nina. I dey talk say even if you dey work, if you be worker for church, then fit no recognize you for church. Dem fit no recognize you for church. But the day wey portable go enter that church, dem go carry chair for am for front. Me sit down, go come say, put your hand to this brother and pray to the person and pray to him. Koleba mo bi ti ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ti dé ibi tí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì dé dúró. You will go. Ẹ gbọ́ pé Gbàjàbíàmílà ó kó $1 billion jẹ. We will come to church. Yóò wá sí church. Àwa kúnlẹ̀. Wọ́n á tún ní kéèyàn ọmọ ọjọ́ tí wọ́n fìyà jẹ. You the church members that are suffering. That they are packing your money. They are packing everything that you are supposed to use. They are supposed to make your country a better place. So that you will not go in front of these pastors again and go and be praying for visa as a miracle. Imagine when the visa of another country is your own miracle. Sorry, don't you have sense? Don't you have sense? You go to God. God will perform this miracle for me. So picking the miracle, visa of another country. The Bible said that will pray for Jerusalem, people that love Jerusalem, so that they will prosper. Nigeria is your own Jerusalem. If you love Nigeria, you will do what is good for Nigeria. Oh, then say APC. Wani, you want to prosper. You cannot be prosper. Oh, you can see the Bible does not lie. Because you do not love, if you love Nigeria, you will not be supporting this demonic party. So if you are not prosper, that's the reason. It is there. If you love Nigeria, you will do what will make Nigeria to be better. And for Nigeria to be better, APC is not it. So if you are knowing that you are supporting this thing and you are saying your life is not good, your life can never be better. Sorry, 1 minute. I beg no vex, Jerry. Make I relax, man. No vex.
I can listen to you for 30 minutes. Like I'm picking what you're saying and everything. In fact, I need to give you clap. You know, I wouldn't say I heard everything you said, but I could pick the points. Now when I'm portable, I thought I call you back to explain that portable because I wanted to understand it very well. And as funny as it may sound, and I like the fact that, you know, we are making it's kind of funny, but you made it the point seriously, and I want to believe the point hit home for people that are listening. The truth is that when you talked about, you know, long ago in your submission about the professors, that was really touching. I just asked myself, like, you know, a professor would have to work 138 years.
Some of my Yoruba brothers are saying in my DM that he's meant this thing that he's saying, I have to say it in English. Now what he say here is too powerful. That he has to translate. Please, I don't know whether if somebody will cut it, and please, you have to translate it to English, please, because I don't believe. I'm getting the answer that only Yorubas are supposed to be able to talk here. I don't understand, but from the feedbacks I'm getting, this submission is like this submission has to Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, everybody have to feel it too, because Omo, Shola, I don't know what you have said though, but please, somebody should cut. I beg, somebody should cut this particular submission and translate it for us. I beg, and send out. I will post it. Or if possible, oh God, I have to end this show. I have to watch as they cook Ronaldo this night. If not, I'll say I make you redo him again. Let's see. Let's rush people, please. Shall I say with us? Let's rush people. Whether you Ronaldo fans see them, don't they do thumbs down? But people.
Salam, no worry. If not Ronaldo, you put me at this night, say go make you sleep well. Ronaldo. Anyway. Thank you very much, Ishola. Very salient point. Quickly, let me move over to Henry. After Henry, I'll go to sorry, I said Rita, yeah? Let's say Rita. Rita, is this one?
I beg, make English speaker.
Rita, please go ahead.
I want to hear English. After the kind of Yoruba way Ishola don't jump from my head. I need English to dilute it.
English, translate that to English, I beg.
Did I hear what he said? Lord have mercy. Or you make I bite my tongue, make it come they jump all over our house for you, and you did for there. You guys should help us to translate so now we can hear it. All right, I greet everybody. Emia Sada, how you doing now? Well meaning everybody on the space, speaker section, listeners. You on various platforms, I greet all of you now. What we're discussing here today is a very serious, we've always discussed serious topics, okay? But some of these ones are like no other. So first, guys, please, if you're not on Smart Ballot, I don't know what you're doing. Please hop in, join the Smart Ballot. Before now, a lot of us have been saying, oh yeah, what are we going to do to protect our votes? Smart Ballot is one of the answers to that question we've been asking for the Smart Ballot. If you're having any problems, you can ask me. Smart Ballot is here, and you can ask some other persons on how to go about it. And it's on the jumble. Please do the needful. It's very, very important. All right, that being said, with the budget gate, guys, you can now understand why Tinubu is borrowing in trillions almost every Eke market day, yet nothing to show for it. We saw the one of, we heard the one of Beta Edu, who was sending public fund into her private account, and we screamed. Have you guys seen now? Monies are being like the more Tinubu borrow money in the name of Nigerians, the more millions of Nigerians slide into abject poverty. Now you see why. Guys, please get your PVC. It is very important. I know it's not easy. With the videos we've been seeing coming out, no network, no this, please. This should be one duty that you will do everything to deliver on. Don't give up until you get your PVC. It is very, very important. I want to talk about Adadijio, and by extension, the big men of God, especially in Nigeria. Earlier today, I decided to ask Google how many churches we have in Nigeria, and I was told that we have 16,000 churches, registered churches, and non-registered churches, thousands. In other words, we have so many men of God in Nigeria. The more we have so many men of God, Nigeria has decayed and gotten to this point that we are in. And of course, we know these men of God are supposed to be the ones preaching morals, living the life for we the people to follow. In the times of old, many of us here knows the story of Ananias and Sapphira. People that sold their own properties, brought it to the church so that the have-nots can have to. As in the times of old, both the haves and the have-not are eating the same food. They are eating on the same table. It became so serious at the time, the men of God noticed that not everybody are getting the right portion they ought to get, including the haves and the have-nots. They had to prayerfully select 7 men of God so that they can be taking care of the people they trust will not compromise, no matter what. Stephen and Philip were among the 7 apostles that were picked to be sharing food for the olden days Christians. But today, what do we have? You have men of God flying private jets. Men of God whom before they entered into the ministry, church rats was even richer than them. But suddenly they started flying private jets. And their members, some of them will go home and not having gari to soak. That's the reality we are having currently in Nigeria. Real Omolo, why do they laugh? Not true now. Laugh. No, this one is serious matter. I'll not be laughing matter. They not get gari to soak for house. Richard Jaffa was on a crusade that Rehoboam came to many years ago in Warri. When the man showed up, if you see the convoy, I was like, who is this person? Only for the door to open up, Papa, Ayo or Richard Jaffa, I come out. I'm like, God, for this escort, what do you need it for? What do you need them for? But that is what, as in, now what do we get from Nigeria as men of God? Nine be that. They can no longer speak truth to power, because if they do, they no say me and you know if we give offering or tithe, we go buy them private jets. So their mouths are sealed. They no longer speak in the right direction. A question I want to ask fellow Nigerians. If Papa Adeboye, Daddy Jew, if he was among Nigerians that are not having, if he was among the have-nots, I mean the poor Nigerians, who kissed their kids goodbye in the morning, go to school, then come back, and he looked at the time the kids ought to come back home, they are not home. He tried to do all, get through to anybody that could give him information on what's going on. Is it that they are staying above the usual time? And then he was told that his kids were among kids that were kidnapped from school. And over a month now, earlier I thought it was 49 days, but I asked Google, it's 48 days today. If Daddy Gio was not Daddy Gio, a man that sells akara on the roadside managed to send his children to school, and the kids were kidnapped and they've been in the bush. Rain, sun, no food, nothing, being beaten by mosquitoes and what have you for over a month. If he had the opportunity to speak, would Daddy Jew, would he had opened his mouth to say that Tinubu has done his best and that we don't expect him to wear khaki and that there is nothing more he can do? Would he had said that? Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 or 6 verse 4 said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. I love the Bible so much because it was written in the language, it's written either in your language, Arab or Suderi. It's written in your language, it's written in English, it's written in a way that you can read and understand for yourself. Guys, as Nigerians in particular, We have dwelled on this mountain of ignorance for far too long. And don't forget that the GO was the one that criticized Goodluck Jonathan. On Punch, what he said to Goodluck was there. On Vanguard, what he said to Goodluck was there. On different headlines, on big news media, what he said, calling Goodluck Jonathan out, was there. The same that the GO that prayer walked on Goodluck Jonathan was less than 100 naira. When bag of rice was less than 20K. Today, because Tinubu, his friend, is in office, he told us sometime the problem is spiritual. The man prayer who was calling Goodluck Jonathan up and down. Suddenly, because Tinubu, his friend, is in power, suddenly became spiritual. Now he's telling us that is only God solving insecurity problem in Nigeria.
You are trying to round up for your line.
They round up already. Fellow Nigerian Christians, where you go, open your eyes and study God's word for yourself. Because if we continue for this new level, if Martin Luther King the Jr. did exactly what them that the GO and the rest of them are doing today, the racism in America and the segregation will still be there today. He would not have been able to go to US to drink tea with God, like he said. Is it with God or with Jesus? He wouldn't have been able to enter America to go and drink tea there. But Martin Luther King Jr., who was a reverend, a doctor and a reverend at the same time, he fought non-violently. He used his voice. He mobilized the people. He told them the truth. And today, not just the Black Americans in America, other Africans from all over the world can go to America, sit in the same buses with the whites, work in the same offices, even be their bosses there. A man fought, a reverend. And now you have a poll. You are saying Tinubu has done his best. If you're picking there, at the same talk when you talk for America, so you go talk for them. I leave that question for you Nigerians to answer. I yield. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rita. Thank you very much for that. It's quite unfortunate, just remembering the fact that Martin Luther King, MLK, was a pastor as well. Anyway, Henry, please go ahead. After Henry, I'll come to Real Omoluabi. I don't know, John's not, but I'm guessing maybe it's your phone issue. I'll come to Real Omoluabi. Sorry, after Henry, I'll go to Prince before Real Omoluabi, actually. Prince will be here for some time. Henry, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Let me ask Adam, I greet you. I greet everybody. Good evening from everywhere you're spacing from. Okay. I may say some things that you don't like here, but I'm going to be very factual. Well, before I go to my submission, please, people in Iloabo, they are still being kidnapped. A brother of mine lives there, and in fact, we are still talking today, and he was sitting. I won't tell maybe the situation has improved, and he still told me that no, they are still kidnapping them there. A lot of people are fleeing from their homes, and so please let's keep them in thoughts, and then continue to follow up on the situation. So let me speak about the PVC. I think yesterday, yeah, I just want to go and register for PVC, and then I met someone, a very good friend of mine. That guy is probably in his late 40s. And this guy is the first time he's registered for his PVC. When I met him, I was very surprised. I said, he said he never been in PVC. Since? He said, yes. And you have a lot. So if you are in Akure, especially in those states, and you are finding it difficult to register for a PVC, please reach out to me. I will see how we can help, please. And now let me go to the GO. I think these things, it doesn't move me because I've never been somebody who I believe in God, but pastors are, I just see them, most of them as people that are just there for their own this thing. See, Saddam, if you look at some churches here in Ondo State, I won't tell you, but I won't mention the name of the churches. There are some pastors sleeping with their church members. These are facts. And there's a church, there's a church where the pastor was having sex with the church member, and the fellow church member is the boyfriend to the girl. He got angry, left the church, and said he's no longer attending church again. These are the things we experience. Even in 2020, after the NSAS, when the pastor came on the altar and said that all the women, when they go home, they should go naked and swear for the government. It didn't take 1 week, they transferred that pastor out of that church. Just because he said the parents, especially mothers, should go naked and swear for the government. And you said that these pastors are genuine. And you see them calling. If you speak against the government now, they will recall you from their quarters and transfer you somewhere else. So what are we now saying? We're just, a lot of us we're just deceiving ourselves in the name of Christianity. Anyway, now, let me now go to, about the 2027. I don't know. Maybe not juju. I don't know. I speak to people every day in Akure, and it's aside from the political sycophants, the ones that directly benefit from the APC government. If you talk to a normal human being, everybody is complaining. They will tell you they are not going to vote in. But I don't know. This juju where they always happen on election day. If election won't happen like this, what is that day? It be like saying that juju. They will just forget everything they've suffered over the years. I don't know. This kind of juju, I never seen before. Speak to people now, ask them. They will tell you, no, we are not going to vote. This person. And if you see some people, they will tell you, if they vote to be sure they will let her enter, vote her first. So, see, if you have the ears of Mr. Abi, maybe you should tell him, it is the time to, and most of us may not agree on this, but it's time to get a proper media team. It's the time to get a proper media team. You guys are doing a lot of work, but he still needs to get his own media team. It's not everybody that you respond to, but get your media team to, speak facts. It's not just propaganda. There are a lot of talking points to, go against this government, but it just looks like Nigerians are just defeated. I don't know where, sometimes I get, okay, I'll round up. So I don't know where we are going to, how it's going to happen, I don't know. But every day, I'm going to speak to people that I'm glad that we have the NDC office in Akure, and I'm glad I saw it. And we have a stationed office in Akure here. When I saw it, I was very glad. At least we have something physical. So please, we need more work to be done. Thank you very much, Ayid.
Thank you very much, Henry, and thanks for the efforts with the PVC registration. Kudos, everyone that is active, because one thing to wish or speak was another thing to also act. And I'm just hoping, honestly, I was telling somebody yesterday that the time I've spent on phone calls for some different reasons relating to Nigeria good governance in the past couple of days, I probably never spent it on anything else, to be honest. For someone I like my time so much. But thank you very much. And I just want to quickly clarify this based on what you said. APC have developed the act of using supposed vote buying to muddy the water. I think people should know this. It's an act. So what APC does is they will do vote buying in some places, in election, they will do it in Osun State. So prepare your mind. They will do vote buying, even televise it, like allow it to be obvious, so that people will say, "Oh, Nigerians are selling their vote. Nigerians are selling their vote." Why they will now go back and now rig it? So they use vote buying to support the rigging. I told some people that in the Ekiti State election, APC, the votes the APC bought among that 300 some people that they supposedly got is not up to 20,000 votes. It is not up to 20,000. So what they do is do vote buying so that people will focus on that and say, "Oh, instead of people to now go and protect their vote, the numbers, people will now say, 'Oh, Nigerians have sold their vote, Nigerians have sold their vote.'" If everybody saying Nigerians have sold their vote, who sold it? So I'm just saying this to prepare our mind for, let's not fall for that trap. For me, how many votes they want buy for 2027? So what really matters is how much we protect our votes, and all that. So thank you very much, Eric. I just wanted to start putting that out there. Oluwabi, please go ahead for 3 minutes, after which I'll go to Prince. That's now you go explain with your laptop, because now you just give 100.
Yes. 1 minute. Thank you very much. Wonderful submission by all, and also you see as a day like this, obedient people, they break shackles. We break shackles of all dimensions. We don't enter the religion. I'm telling you that Nigerians are liberated. They are beginning to be liberated. Yes, we go because we ourselves, we are liberated. So we're gonna liberate everybody. Yeah, what Ishola said is not something hard. Just something simple. It just started with analyzing the 1 billion. How even a professor would attain that, I think, in 128 years or so. And was saying that you see that one person has already used up, even more than what you can even live. That what you can even live on earth. Just one person or some people are using it up, just squandering it like that. You see, that was what I was trying to say, and he went ahead and dived into that the Jews and said and gave us instances where, yes, people might have powers and anointed, but
is it just me I've lost William Oluwabi?
I think I've lost him.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think you are having some serious network issues, but I think you have to go back and forth. Just quickly go to your submission. Don't worry, just go ahead. Submission.
All right. My own submission is not to take our time. It's just to just draw attention of Nigerians to, because I believe that the whole of this religion of a thing, is, this Bible verse that they try to bubble themselves, that, it don't talk about the anointed. While Ishola was talking, there was something he said I was giving a thumbs up. Now I want to ask Nigerians, who is the anointed? Is it that man that owns a church and has a food? Is it that man that, is it that man that has a church, with followers, like the Jews, our Papa and the rest of it? Are they actually the ones that are anointed? The mistake we do, and that is why even when we think that is wrong, we wouldn't say, we wouldn't to speak up. And I want to thank your daddy G.O., you people's daddy G. I want to thank him, because I've been wondering why dollar has not gotten to 10,000 by now. So I want to appreciate him for his numerous prayers and fasting. Yes. Thank you so much that it has not gotten to 5,000 naira. And thank you that at least, I think the number of people that have been kidnapped have not gotten to 1 million. So I thank him. So I appreciate his kind gestures. let us bring Peter Obi, and because I will always go back to that man, because there's something we are not, maybe some of us are not seeing. You see, PO is a more shining example than your pastors. Than your daddy Jews. Now I'm saying this unapologetically to the religious fanatics here. You know, you that you go to church and you carry your pastor, like when they talk about your pastor, it's as if you should be the best. So I to you, you see, Peter Obi is more man of God. Peter Obi is more daddy Jew.
Your network is really like, I'm just trying to make up what you're saying.
His network
is
no.
Yeah, network is like creating some kind of static. So, but I think we got most of the points you have said earlier, anyways.
APC don't hack your network.
Quickly, let's go to Mr. Prince. Thank you very much, Rio Moluabi. I mean, we got most of the things you actually said, and they are very salient points. That especially when people talk about the anointed, it's very you yourself, you are the anointed. Prince, please go ahead.
Okay, good evening from here to Saddam and Well-meaning and everyone. I hope I'm being heard.
Yes, go ahead. You're from me.
Okay. I'm trying to try as fast as I can. The first fraud I ever witnessed as a person, somebody was executed by the government. Back then, I think it was under what's his name, Babangida. They brought this truck, 40-feet truck, loaded with all kinds of equipment. They came to my village. They want to set up this and empower people and all that. Under NDE or something, national something on employment. Directorate on employment. They came, fixed some of the machines. We made provision for them to install some of those things. You know, my village has never witnessed that kind of crowd. For the very first time in our place, a lot of people came and some stops and they commissioned this thing. So we were thinking, this is here to stay and all that. To my greatest surprise, under 2 weeks after that, this people came back, carried the 40 feet with 99.9 of the things that were inside the container when they first bought it. They moved it away. Up to today, that incident, I'm yet to understand the reason how and the reason behind it. So to those who came to commission that, and that thing is still in my village. And that was number one. Now, to what is going on in this very country now, sometimes when you travel on a highway, you see some checkpoints. Some are police checkpoints, others are army checkpoints. The people who collect the money for the army or the police sometimes are not the officers themselves. They hire people to do the job for them. But you know that this money you're not giving it to this boy. This money belongs to those officers that just maybe a pull away from where the guy is collecting the money. What am I trying to say? That there is no how Tinubu as a person is not the one supervising all of these things. Femi Bajabeamila is just like that boy on the road that you give the money for the officers. And there is no how they are not aware of this very agency. Like, look at everything that has happened with the past. That agency has been in existence since 2019 or so. So, and there is no how anybody can tell us that they are not aware of this. What they are trying to do now is just to
throw the Prince guy under the bus so as to save Femi, knowing that if Femi goes down, the way and manner he should, that he alone is not the only person that is going to go down even on the presidency. So it's better they sacrifice, quote unquote, somebody that is not too that known to Nigerians than implicating the chief of staff to the president. It's directly or indirectly, you are implicating the president. Did you say anything?
Yeah, no. I was also doing for round of grudge.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Now, to round up my submission this very night, there are 1 million on one of such agencies that exist in Abuja, and they are using them to move our money. I hope and pray all of us will wake up to our responsibilities come 2027 so we can put an end to APC government. Because if you don't do that, they will put an end to all of us. Before you say, God forbid where you are, look at what has already happened. Then you will know what they will do, if we allow them to continue. There is a song by Ziba Majifashe Koso. The title is Religion and Politics. These two will forever walk hand in hand. That is referring to the Jews of this world. These people are in bed. And as long as we continue to become a tool in their hands, they will forever use our heads. So Nigerians, if you don't have your PVC yet, do well to get yours. And come 2027, let's send these guys back where they belong. They belong to hell. If you don't do that, they will put an end to me and you. Good night, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prince. That's actually a perfect place to end the space, to be honest. That's, it's important for Nigerians to know this, that, if we don't end APC will end us. But I brought in, call me Lex, because I know you were dropping in there. Call me Lex in 2 minutes. I know you came up when Shola was speaking, too. Or you were trying to request when Shola was speaking. So go ahead, call me Lex. Call me Lex, are you there? Or your network?
I beg, bro, I beg. Come back next week, I beg. I won't come, I beg. No, I won't watch this match, I beg. Look at this show, I beg, please. No verse. Come next, I beg. Anything you want to talk about, keep on next week, I beg, my brother, I beg. No rap on my beg, no verse.
Now, Ronaldo, but better than the team like this, Anyway, thank you very much, Prince. Actually, but just to record what Prince said, even as we try to round up the space, please let's take 2027 seriously. Let's not do it with kid gloves. Let's not believe the mindset that removing triple 2027 is not possible and all that. Yeah, it might be difficult. To be honest, I don't even really see it as difficult. I just see it as something that, if you do what's required, let me put it like that. If you just do what's required, that looks difficult. If we do what's required, then we can get these people up. And like I've always said, just around, please get on smart ballot or encourage people to get on smart ballot and volunteer to become agents in their polling units, or at least just get there when they don't want to become agents, so that people can begin to organize themselves, polling units by polling units. And from there, we can start to know where we are at, where we can be. We can start to know where we are weak and where we need to do more mobilization and all that too. It's important for us to do actionable things heading into 2027. So thanks to everybody for who listening, and for those that maybe couldn't speak, apologies. Hopefully you'll be able to speak next time. Salam.
My brother, thank you very much. Guys, thank you so much for all of you that have come out tonight. It's just been a wonderful conversation. Thank you to all of you that have contributed one way or the other. Those that requested the mic and do not speak. My people on TikTok, sorry I did not prioritize you guys today. But we'll be back. Hopefully, if I have a chance, as I always say, maybe within the weekend, or maybe but we must be back. Hope God willing by Monday next week. Thank you to all of you that have contributed. Guys, please, my passing message is, please, we have less than I think 6 days to the end of the PVC for now. Please, everybody, just go out there and push people to get their PVCs, register for their PVCs, because we can always complain about this criminal government. We can always say how bad the government is, how we know these things, right? The solution to it is taking them out in 2027, and the only way we can do it is when we have to make the election too big to rig for the twins of riggers, because just don't be thinking that the rigging will be only APC. Baba Atiku is another merchant in rigging. It's not like he's known. So both of them are going to come to rig 2027 election. As you can see, both of them are not asking that people to get PVCs. You are not seeing Atiku saying go and get your PVC. You're not seeing Tinubu saying go and get your PVC, because they know they are banking on rigging. So we have to make sure that 2027 is too big to rig. And the next few days is very vital for us. So please, guys, reach out to your circle of influence, your friends, your relatives, your people around you outside there. Talk to people. Go get your PVC. Go get your PVC. Go get your PVC. I think that on that note, we're just going to end today's show. Thank you, guys. I want to go and do my bad belly in full circle tonight. Thank you, my brother woman in Nigeria, for joining. Thank you. Ronaldo people don't cry. I will cry this night. And if you don't cry this night, but your tears is evident. It still happen there. I see all my blue tickers, all our Valencians from day one. Thank you so much. My big bro, Magma Wakili. Thank you, Balaktik. God for Nigeria. Health is wealth. Ishola Prince. Madam Duncan. Wow, longest time. It's good to see you here, man. Oluwadamilari. Thank you, my brother. Oyewole. I did not hear from you today. I hope you're good. Cindy Gold, incoming. Mr. Walera, Duchess, Big OD, 1010, Gregory, Chris, Quiet, Concern Nigeria, Julius, Mr. Ochi, Talatu, BM, Johnny, Frank, McDonald, Socrates, Uche, Columbus, Tani, guys, Guru Best, ZB, Ayokunle. Thank you so much, everyone of you that come out tonight. If you didn't hear your name, I beg no vex. So it's just that we have to end this show right now, guys. TikTok, no after party. I'll see people. Hopefully, if I have time during the weekend, if not on Monday. God bless you guys. As I always say on this platform, we do this for God and for country. Have a great weekend ahead, and see you guys next week. God bless.